Walt finna say some
What?
ridiculous shit.
Hey, yo, I got 7 swords for a nigga trying to cross me.
Better
Don't make
think
me.
again. Oh, you was going? You was
I was
going?
about.
Okay, my bad.
No. It's foolishness. I don't know how to freestyle.
I was about to keep it going because you took a long pause, but scratch that.
Known to get it early, a man of action, holding hands with the game, Derrick Jaxn.
Damn.
Hey, bars. We starting with the heat already.
Right.
Good Lord.
What's up, TWEOM gang?
What's up? Welcome back to the TWEOM Podcast. I'm your host, Joel Morris.
It's your boy Louis XV, your favorite host.
And it's the prettiest host, Walt Red. How you doing, y'all?
How y'all doing?
Look at that smile.
Yeah, man.
We here.
We
chilling. We chilling.
We out shit.
We out there, Jay.
You know, that's how we know we toxic. We were like, hey yo, it's a good day.
It's a good week.
No, it's a great week. It's a great week. It's a great week. Let's all admit that the fall of this nigga that we know has been celebratory. Let's admit what it is. I'm cool with admitting what it is. If we giving people verified checks for Gorilla Glue in their hair, we can admit that we enjoyed the fall of Derrick Jaxn.
Absolutely.
I did. I really did. And because his whole thing was profiting off of other people's fall. So, you know, if your thing is to profit off of other people's failures, then I have to go ahead and acknowledge when you yourself have failed.
There it is. You can't be a baker in this situation. You got to either make it or you gotta eat the cake, but you can't do both.
And let's be clear.
What the fuck? Walt starting off early. Let's go.
Can't do both. All right.
Can't do both.
Can't be eating the batter and trying to make the cake.
The flux capacitor only works when you go over 80.
When you go over exactly. Look, Bugs Bunny only gonna hit you up if you're the best basketball player. Let me stop.
But like I get what Walt was going for.
Yeah.
So there's a female comedian that I went to go see like a month or some change ago, and she was talking about the whole situation about Derrick, and she was saying like her take on it was like, obviously he fucked up, but she was like a lot of niggas was celebrating his downfall because he said shit that made women look at dudes and made them have to step their game up, and I was like, I didn't really agree with that. I feel like, first of all, game recognized game. And niggas were celebrating because we knew this nigga was like on some bullshit. Like, like we didn't have no solid proof, but just the way he be in the comment section and just be shitting on niggas. Like, bro, we all seen.
I followed Derrick Jaxn for a while.
Politician. No, I never followed him.
I followed him.
This is my first time
we've all seen a politician that was like openly super anti-gay and then found out that he was hiring.
Oh, exactly. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the equivalent of the same shit. That dude who's out there like anti-LGBT everything, and then you find out he's banging the male intern, and he's doing the whole like Christian thing on the weekends. Like,
wife known about it since the jump.
Bro, been known about the shit. And this is what's trippy about the Derrick Jaxn joint, where I want to look at it from the lens of like it's not about us. Like he was giving women game. It's that we saw him running game, and it was obvious. And like I said, I followed him for a while because a while back, like he was one of the pioneers of trying to get Charlemagne canceled because he was saying that shit during his old podcast episodes where he was saying, "Dang, I think I may have sexually assaulted my wife the first time we slept together." And he ran through the story and basically told his wife one day after he learned everything through the Me Too and everything, he's like, yo, I think I may have coerced you. Basically everything niggas was learning for the last 5 years. Like, oh, okay, I didn't even know that was, but him going through it and just not having any tact when they were talking about it. Because you know how they just be, a podcast, if you know the podcast that you listen to, you know how they just go in naturally, and the outside audience may perceive it a certain way.
Right.
So Derrick Jaxn, Charlemagne canceled the whole like regular episode, Schultz didn't come in, and he invited Derrick Jaxn to sit down alone with this nigga and had a full-blown conversation about rape culture, about everything Charlamagne was saying, why Derrick Jaxn felt the need to make the videos to kind of come after him and everything, holding black men accountable. That's why during Donkey today, Charlamagne was like, we promised to hold each other accountable, so that's why I'm doing it right now, nigga.
I was just about to say
so
that.
that's when I started following Derrick Jaxn. But then I noticed something as I followed Derrick Jaxn.
What's that?
I don't fuck with Derrick Jaxn. And I'm listening to Derrick Jaxn, and part of me is just like, when someone tells a specific group of people everything they want to hear,
there you go.
No matter the context of any situation, that it always you can always dive through everything he says and always find that pin of him satiating the needs of certain types of people who may be bitter with their past loves or something like that. He was always going for a certain audience. And so when I saw that, I was just like, oh, okay, this nigga's cap. And I unfollowed him like maybe 3 or 4, maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. And it was just me noticing, because as life, that's why I don't mind following certain people, because as life happens, I follow their social media. They either react to it or dang, where will go?
Nigga Houdini or some shit.
Dang, I guess he had to call back in. But yeah, basically I was just saying, like, when you follow people, you eventually see, even on social media, when you follow individuals, like you can just tell who's fake on social media, bro. It's not really hard to discern that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? People who really be people who show up in other people's social media posts more than they post on their own social media, really the people doing shit. Like, if you think about like Hove, like Dave Chappelle, you know what I'm saying? Other people gravitate post to, we know they really the top tier. I was just saying, well, when you follow somebody on social media, you always gonna pick a sin up. And you hope that because some people could do it with sincerity, you know. It's like right now, it's the Asian girl leaning real hard into ending white supremacy, even though she was silent all last year. That is the type of space social media exists in. So I don't know. I just saw Derrick Jaxn for what he was. So when this all came to light, I saw the celebration of every man I seen him shit on for the past. Because people gotta understand, like, you get sent these videos. Why can't you be more like this nigga?
Bruh, if you or your loved one has ended a relationship as a result of advice from Derrick Jaxn, please call this nigga ain't shit 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
Bro, you may be entitled to compensation.
To compensation.
Is my money?
Oh, you didn't really know about him, Walt?
Nah, for real. Like I might have like seen him, but I ain't know the context. I ain't know a name. So to me, it's just like another nigga cheating on his girl. I'm like, okay, but
the funny thing is, like, he one of those, to me, he was one of those professional, I call them professional commenters, like those niggas that always be in the shade room, top comments, millions of fucking likes. I'm like, yo, is this your job, bro? Like, to be commenting on shit as soon as it hit the internet?
Yes.
But like, yo, I'm gonna be real. As a nigga who has been caught cheating, I quietly celebrated because that shit is always embarrassing as an adult. But I mean, for me, it was different because I always keep my shit private, personal. Like, only people to know is my closest homies and associates. But the nerve of this nigga that the first time we ever seen your fucking wife, that you a relationship guru. The funny thing, there was one of the ladies that exposed him, right? She talks about how in some of his videos, you can literally see the front of her porch and the background of his videos. She's like, yeah, you see this video right here? The nigga's wearing like a purple short sleeve shirt with a Nike check on it. And she's like, you see that white balcony right there in the background? That is the front of my house. Like, I'm like, damn, bro. He was really out here like moving stupid.
Bro, he's still promoting his book.
Stupid.
Nigga did a video where he's talking in third person, reacting to the video he made with his wife.
And that's where I want to get into, because how fucking nasty is it that you got caught cheating, and then on top of that, you refer to yourself in the third person with your wife, You ain't never acknowledged it. You ain't even just said, hey, you know what? I got caught cheating. If he would have just said that, like, it would have been way better than him holding her hand for dear life's sake. Trying to be as formal, as proper as possible. Just like, hey.
But you see, this is the fault in being someone who only ever tells people what they want to hear. He can't get out of the mode, bro. He's so in the mode of this shit that he made a video about himself, bro.
Right, and
reacting talked in third person.
Gross.
Who cheating on his wife? Derrick Jaxn cheating on his wife. I ain't Derrick Jaxn. I am
bro. He reminded me of
who are you then?
He reminds me of William O'Neal at the end of Judas and the Black Messiah. Remember they asked him, what you gonna tell your grandkids? He's like, I would tell her we fought. We was out there in the streets. We did things. I'm like, that's Derrick Jaxn.
At least I was a player. Like, nigga. No.
So that don't make sense, man. Who has to hold this L for Derrick Jaxn?
Derrick Jaxn.
Every one of his followers.
Thank you. Actually, yeah.
Thank you.
And it ain't dropping for whatever reason.
It was dropping all week. Like he lost like a good yeah, he lost like a good probably 500,000. But my thing is like
any woman that has sent one of his videos, she gotta hold that.
Bro, she gotta hold. So I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna say black women as overall gotta hold this L, but the black women who supported this nigga gotta hold this L. And it's like the only reason you gotta hold this L is because all the niggas was telling you. It's like if none of us noticed, then yeah. You know what I'm saying? But since all of us 100% noticed this nigga wasn't shit. And because it's like, as a man trying to be better and trying to grow, as I think we've all been on some level during the last 4 to 5, 6 years like that. Mm-hmm. And you can discern when it's like, I don't like the fact we have a society where people, you can make a living off of helping poor people, but we'll never end poverty. You know, it's kind of that weird thought. Like there are some people whose whole position exists because there is poverty. Like, you know, whether they work at a charity or they're social workers or they do certain things, they're like, because there's poverty, there's a whole section of society that has a job, you know? And it's kind of like that with Derrick Jaxn. Like, your whole thing was predicated on men not growing. Because if you had seen signs of growth in individuals, then your videos would have had context and full appreciation for everything. Because you understand niggas who is cheating because you one of them. So for me, I'm just looking at it like you said, well, why can't you just come out and say I fucked up? Because you were in this pseudo flawless position. This is why Cosby, you know what I'm saying, was so glaring, because he spent so long in this one lens of purity that even if he wanted to say, yo, I met up with some of these women and we was all doing drugs and quaaludes and all this shit. Even if he wanted to say that, he couldn't, because his image was too clean. Like he couldn't even have an affair. Like let's say it couldn't even, like he did horrible things, of course, but let's just say a couple of stories, he was just like, no, that was like an affair joint. I was just on this. He couldn't even do that because he had such this. So that's what we saw when this nigga did a reaction video to himself, bro. We saw the psychosis of this individual, and his wife got to be crazy too. Yeah. I'm convinced.
Yeah, no, I was
They both crazy.
Did you see her videos?
Yeah,
I seen all that bullshit.
Yeah,
this is not a bonnet. This is the purity of okay.
This is not a white beater. It's a gray beater, first of all, but this is the armor. Yeah, the Lord.
That Jesus
Tyrone,
Christ. Bro,
Jenkins,
that's what we got to talk about.
We got to stop.
Black people got to stop abusing God on social media, bro.
Yeah, look, whenever I see a black person lean a little too heavy onto God, I'm like, all right, I can't. Whenever I see anybody lean too heavy on God, I'm like,
No, the funniest part is because Charlamagne said this shit in like one of his reactions to the video. There was a video where Derrick was trying to explain himself, and he said, I gave my life to God and everything went downhill. Like shit started fucking up. And Charlemagne was like, nigga, he was like, last name please, first name nigga. Like, it's like that's not how it's supposed to work if you a Christian. So
Right.
yeah, just cut that bullshit out, son. Like, don't be trying to like God looking at you like
That's
nigga,
how you know
I
it was. That's how
taking
you
a
know it
nap
was
while you
fake.
was
That's
doing
what I'm
it.
saying. You know
Don't
it was
put my
fake.
name
You
into
know
it. Yeah.
his whole business was predicated on there not being grown men growing. Because think about it, if you give somebody game on how to avoid a ain't shit nigga, but that same dude becomes a better person and comes back and is a better man, but you so stuck and warped in the space of trying to perceive an individual a certain way because this motherfucker gassing you every time you turn on his videos, then it's not a promotion of true healing in our culture. Like we know we got battle wounds amongst Black love. Well, we know these battlefields are tested and the water waters are so murky sometimes because of the dynamic in which we had to play in this motherfucker white supremacist society. So I'm just saying, like, when you find a nigga that's actually trying to like bring Black love together and like you see his whole thing was bullshit. Bro, this nigga had a book called Heal Together. And the way he's holding his wife, bro, like it really looks like. What do you think is the dynamic of their relationship?
Honestly,
go ahead. Well, nah, go off.
So I think that she's really in control, or at least no. So I think he resents her, like truly.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Like
Yeah,
that's the first coherent thing you said.
100%.
Podcast.
And fuck you, nigga.
Oh man.
But like, because you can tell that from her words separately to the way that he has been, holding himself on social media and whatnot and saying that like God has saved him. He's doing it because of her, but he doesn't feel it. Like man just wants to be high in the streets and like, hey yo, go get with the girl that will be okay with you being on the streets. Like there's a whole song that's that's just love me good and lie to me. That's all the girl is saying in it. I think it's a Queen Naja song.
Yeah, man, but it's like, so yo, like, son, it's like Pusha T releasing an album where he's not talking about drugs. Like, you came in the game, nigga, this way.
Right.
The only reason we know of you and Walt had to hear of you this week is because of what you was doing. So now that you can't even do that anymore. So at the end of the day, we saw a man flailing to keep his livelihood. When you do these videos, we saw desperation. And
because the income was about to be snatched away.
Facts, man. I'm 100% expecting to see the OnlyFans pop up soon.
This nigga Joe always goes to the OnlyFans. Like, yo, I give him a week. OnlyFans, bro.
No, I'm not even a week, but I think I see a full pivot to okay, because that's another thing we want to talk about. Ladies, the only reason y'all was really fucking with him is because he's an attractive Black man. That's the only reason y'all ever was listening to anything this nigga was saying. Because if my ugly ass was saying the same shit every week, all the comments would have been like, he don't get no pussy anyway. Y'all would have just like shut
does he
down.
have bitches?
The thing is, niggas, we couldn't say that about Derrick. That's why he was able to go. We couldn't be like, yo, he don't even get bitches because we knew he got bitches. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
big muscular ass.
Honestly, I can see the 180 where he gets asked to be on Ellen or whatever the daytime show is. Like,
I see that nigga on anywhere outside of his own page.
I don't think his brand was that big.
No, but I can see him like going on the reel and whatnot. It's like maybe small little segment, but like an overall segment about accountability. I can see them trying to do something like that.
That nigga would implode on, bro, because he already fucking up. Like he clearly has no publicist because that reaction video.
In fact, that's exactly why they would want to do it because that's good television.
In a sense, we
might get R. Kelly type levels of paranoia in that interview.
Right.
If he sits down.
Right. I'm telling you.
For my life right
now. No, you don't understand. You don't understand. I wasn't attracted to my wife, so I decided to have sex with other people.
The thing is, bro, I genuinely think
we had a sexual relationship, but we didn't have sex.
But we didn't have sex.
Jackson.
She just gave me the topic. That was it.
Nigga really said that, and now I need that on a t-shirt.
Son, that's Drake levels of dissonance.
Bro,
I'm not hiding my kid from the world. I'm hiding my word from the kid or something. That's Drake levels of cognitive dissonance, my nigga.
Bullshit.
For this nigga to be like, it was sexual, but we have sex.
What?
So nigga, what you do?
What did you say, nigga? Like,
I know. Like, they watch porn together. He watched porn with her. That's what he did. He's like, hey, yo, this. I would do this. I would do this with you, but I'm married.
He wasn't watching porn with her. He was helping her set up her OnlyFans. Joel, come on,
look, bro. Yo, and this woman
he was empowering these women.
This woman that dropped a dime. He clearly said, "I'm gonna leave my wife for you." That's the only reason I think she's this scorned. Like,
but you can't take what a nigga say during the topic as
but dog, think of what this woman's done. She done dropped dime, like Lou said. She done pulled up videos where her house is in the background of him. Like, son, this is a woman out to get this nigga.
Well, yeah, I mean,
like, it was more than a simple fuck for her.
She wanted more. Well, yeah,
because if it was just a simple fuck, she wouldn't have gave a fuck.
Wait, because this goes back to what you said, Joel. The year time range, right? How long has this been going on? That's the question.
Oh yeah, this was definitely some pandemic behavior.
Like, because if like you said, you gave the guidelines way back when, you were like, hey yo, like, it no more than a year. You know, you should be doing a little fling thing. So if it's longer than a year, if it's probably longer than a year, then she probably like, hey yo, like, what are we doing? Is you leaving your wife for me or not?
Oh, you going back to the whole conversation we were having about how long she keep a side chick?
Right.
Okay.
Right. That's because I just thought about it. I'm like, hey yo,
you back on. You on fire right now.
Hey yo, look.
No facts. I think that's what happened because I'm looking at this like this is a woman scoring, bro. Because think about it. Like I said, she's not just coming for this nigga's like marriage. She came for this nigga's livelihood.
Right.
When you started doing all this stuff.
Right. And that's when feelings are involved. Because if it was short, I'm like, hey yo, like she's bad, you know, she probably, you know, if it's been within 3 months of them meeting, then she knows like, hey yo, this nigga ain't worth it. Like she can easily remove herself, you know. But if it's been longer than that, then you see like, hey yo, like the emotional attachment's there.
Yeah.
Like,
if your position, I realize that if you are a man who sells snake oil, but if you are a man who is promoting I don't know, I want to say growth. I don't want to say growth because he really wasn't. If you're a man who pretends to promote growth, pretends to promote enlightenment, pretends to bring about peace and clarity to individuals, and you have sex with a woman and you are married, she gonna snitch on you. Ask Carl Lentz, ask that one preacher, that black nigga, I forgot his name, but they kept bringing him up, John Gray. And then ask this month, they dropping dime. They dropping dime. Ask Stormy Daniels, they dropping dime, son. They are 100% dropping. Bro, Trump never pretended to be a saint though. But anyway, I digress. I'm just saying that if you pretend to be out here, you out here like, yo, I'm this one thing, and a girl got receipts, we will see them one day. I'm convinced. If anybody, I'm convinced we're gonna see them one day, bro.
That's sloppy, man. You never.
I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I intentionally, and I've said this before since we doing throwbacks, I intentionally show people sides of me on social media just so you are not surprised if anything ever comes out about me ever. Like, I'll show you all loving on my family. I'll show me in my room chilling. I will post some bullshit intentionally just so y'all know. And sometimes a nigga ain't shit. Half the time a nigga ain't shit. Like, it's like, I don't ever pretend to be like, I don't ever want to pretend to be like, oh, I'm just this one way. Like, like y'all will see me flip on a nigga on Instagram.
I'm all of that. Like T.I. says, I'm all of that.
All of that. I'm all that, son.
He said,
I'm gonna
is he
show
a
you all of
father,
that.
entrepreneur, thug, husband? So he said, I'm all of that. Activist, I'm all of that.
Yeah, man.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I said Derrick Jaxn wasn't real, because this nigga he lived on one note.
Mm.
He lived on one
Yeah,
note.
pretty much.
Anybody that lives
That
on
was
one
to
note,
appease women.
yeah, bro. Anybody that lives on one note, I'm wary of them, because we all grew up in a society. So at some point, a part of you is going to have to reconcile and heal and grow. And if you're doing videos for 4 years and there's never anything personal, unless we buy your books, and the first time, like you
Right.
said, you sit down with your wife and do a whole video, is when you doing the cheating scandal. Like that's what it was. I never saw this nigga's wife, bro. That was weird,
Bro, not
Right.
ever, son. I didn't even know he was married for real, for real.
Yeah, and I mean Ryan Davis used to say he was gay. That's what he thought. He thought he was a gay dude who was pretending to be married to a woman and just giving women this bullshit advice. Bro, this was like when niggas saw China, we saw Black China getting Rob Kardashian. Niggas was like, yo, son, you don't see this?
Yeah, right. You don't see that snake off?
I don't know what kind of bag she's trying to secure, but she got it.
She got it.
Yeah. She doing all right, I'm sure.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
Hey, well, you know what?
I'm really not surprised though, because again, a nigga that's cheated, I've been caught. And again, I don't put nobody on a pedestal, man. Just simple
No,
as that.
absolutely not.
Nah.
Like we all have a range of emotions
Facts, man.
and
Facts.
downfalls.
Hey, yo, who posted this one now, two to go?
What?
Boy,
I think it was you, Lou.
what?
picture of Derrick Jaxn, Papoose, and Russell Wilson. They got an X over Derrick Jaxn.
Yo, Russell Wilson F up, son, is over for niggas, bro.
Hey,
It's a rap, B.
Right.
No.
Russell,
I don't.
He can't do nothing.
We can't.
But
I don't want to put him in there.
I don't think
It's
anything's gonna
over.
happen to him though.
I don't
It
want to
can't
put.
happen.
I think Russell's genuine with his shit.
Kevin Hart already got there.
The thing is, bro. The thing that's the thing. Let's look at Kevin as an example. Kevin came with Breakfast Club, so I fucked up. You caught me. I fucked up. I came on here talking shit. I didn't live it. I'm in the house now. I'm really real about it. Like he really came clean. Was like, yo, this is me. He ain't do nothing else. He ain't try to keep the whole. This is the woman. Like, remember that whole time he sold us on? I got the right one now. I'm not gonna cheat no more. Then he cheated.
It's my rib.
Right.
Exactly. But that's why we can forgive Kevin. Not even forgive Kevin. We can keep Kevin. We can still listen to Kevin.
Yeah, he's a comedian.
You know what I'm saying? I can't listen to anything Derrick. Even if Derrick Jaxn giving me stock tips, I'm looking at this nigga like,
right, because he's not accountable. You gotta at least put yourself in the perspective. At least be like, hey, yo, damn, like if Shorty was out cheating on me and she was making relationship videos, how would I feel? Like at least a little bit. A little bit.
Well, he made sure to tell us his wife does things too.
Oh man. Yeah, that nigga really ain't shit, bro. I do remember
Does
that.
she do things?
Wow. It don't matter, but the fact that you throwing her under the bus when you already under the bus, like, yeah, that's Ted Cruz levels of, fuck your life, son.
That's OJ's levels of cognitive dissonance, Joe.
That is even Kevin's shit wasn't even that, like, I feel because Kevin is one, he's a comedian. Two, his comedy is based on around the fact that like I'm a fuck up. Like my dad was on crack, my kid's kind of dumb, cheated on my last wife. So I mean, at least he was giving us insights into like his own personal fuck ups.
I gotta hold you on that for 1 second, Lou. Because Kevin was in that space where he was turning into a motivational speaker for a little bit. He was doing them jogs with Nike.
Sure.
She was doing the runs with Nike. Yeah. Every week he was dropping some ad about how you could be better than yourself. I had to grow. I have to learn from my mistakes. He had a book out where he had kittens on his face and shit. Talking about his growth, evolution, all that. Kev was pivoting to a certain thing. He fucked up. But then, like I said, I don't mind still getting that from Kev.
But before that,
Kev
my whole thing is like, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I'm just saying,
mean,
like before
overall,
that,
he didn't come in the game on this. That's what you're saying. This wasn't his whole thing. It was a part of his thing. It was a part of his brand. This was Jared Jackson's whole brand. Like you can find literal videos where this nigga's referring to cheating niggas and it fits him perfectly. People been cutting shit all week of him saying something. It's this is perfect for social media. This is perfect.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I ain't even want to publicly post no memes about it because I know there's some people out there that are gonna respond to that and be like, nigga, you ain't shit either. I'll be like, look, bitch, you got me. I'm logging off. But
okay. The thing. No. This is the thing. It's not the cheating. It's not the cheating. It's what he chose to do after we all found out. It is what he chose to brand himself with. Bro, if your whole thing is I don't like red apples and I catch you eating a red apple.
And be like, hey, yo, I thought you ain't like red apples.
Like, imagine if you work for this nigga and he had you sorting out M&Ms and he only liked the green M&Ms. And then one day you see this nigga walk in. You've been doing this for years, taking only the green M&Ms out and putting them in the bowl for this nigga. And then one day he walk in, just shaking the pack, got all the... Don't give a fuck what colors. Just how you gonna feel, bro? You go look at this. You gonna feel hurt, offended, and wonder what the fuck you wasted all your time on.
Right.
That shit funny, bro.
My question is, does his wife leave him?
She ain't gonna leave.
I don't.
They're gonna have one of the marriages where they kind of just agree to do them, but they still married on paper. That's what I think. That's just
facts.
They both scam artists to me.
I don't even know nothing about his wife, but her overly religious tone right now is like,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like you using God to find peace with your husband lying to millions of women. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
It's ridiculous, and people try to make her out like a victim. I'm like, nigga, no, we're not doing this, Mo.
I mean,
we all know.
Victim, but
we all know what to expect if we jump on social media looking all types, any kind of way. First thing they do is like name anybody who. Come on, son. Gabby Douglas won a gold medal, and Black woman was talking about her edges. I'm just like, let's be real, son. Like, come on, son. We know day well sisters is not playing that shit, son. Let's keep it a stack, man.
I totally forgot about that.
I haven't, nigga. No, it's social media, son. That's what I'm saying. I'm not like forgiving you just because you made an IG account yesterday. Don't mean you ain't gonna find out what it's like on IG today. Because you jump on it, and the thing is like
that's funny.
That's what I'm saying. Derrick had to understand everything about that video was going viral, and for the wrong reasons. Mm-hmm. Like. I refuse. Like now you got the memes coming out. You seen the joint with Kerry Washington and Shannon Sharp? Oh man.
It's only March, my niggas.
That's what it's like. That's how I feel like I'm Derrick Jaxn in that video. His wife is my dreams and ambitions. He's just holding on to the truth.
Looking at you like
sit there like
this nigga.
Yeah, sit there like, yeah, you go write today, huh? I'm like, yeah, I'm about to write. Just his wife staring at him.
Picture, huh?
Just his wife looking at him like, that's it, man.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yo, man. Oh man.
Yeah.
But nah, man.
Fuck else.
That's what we gotta do, son. We can all learn from Derrick. Let's not become a Derrick.
Let's not become a Derrick.
Let's not become a Derrick, bro. But yeah, man. So what's up next?
Mass shootings, Mo. Another one.
Yeah.
Another one.
Boulder County, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, pivot. Apparently, according to a organization, or it might just be like a newspaper or whatever, but the Denver Post reported, and this was back in 2019, that Denver is one of the top 5 states with the most mass school shootings in the country.
You mean Colorado?
Wait, Colorado?
Yeah, my bad. I'm switching up the shit. Yeah, Colorado. is in the top 5.
I'm not like 100%,
states
bro.
in the
Whatever's in
most
Colorado,
action.
they need help.
I don't know what's going on over there, but
yeah, no, seriously, what is
they
going
got
on?
weed like 6 years ago and they still doing this shit?
yeah, was it Washington and Colorado, right? Like shit is
Yeah.
just straight legal out there.
But you know what's trippy about this shit is this. Bro, I released my list earlier this week of the leading causes of death for all brothers, yeah. And at this point, I am paranoid.
Yeah.
Like I'm
This
looking.
point,
No. Look, at the end of the
I felt
day,
like
like
I felt
I'm a
like you
black
always been
man.
paranoid.
No, I'm a black man. I live at the intersection of conspiracy and coincidence, my nigga. 100%. But at the case in point, I am now looking. I was in Target right before I came on the pod. I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm 100% on that because at the end of the day, I would say Colorado has a problem, but clearly the country does because
Yeah.
there was another one in just yesterday. There was a dude who had like 5 guns. He was hauled up in the street and
Yeah.
and I said
What
it.
that was it in California?
Yeah, but bro, they stayed in the house
I know what you're
all
talking
year,
about.
just plotting shit, going crazy. I'm scared when crowds really get back, bro.
Right.
Because
So
now we clearly see they're not changing no gun laws.
Mm-mm.
Oh, damn, I fucked up and scrolled over Ari Lennox at the beach in the bikini spread. She posted this shit 14 minutes ago.
God,
hold on, break
I'm sorry.
time.
Oh my God. Son, Cole
Queen
is a
Ari Lennox.
genius.
What you mean?
For signing Ari Lennox, I agree.
Yes,
Damn,
she's
she
talented. She's beautiful. Like, TDE got SZA and they got Ari Lennox.
Dang, bro, why did I forget that both these baddies is on Dreamville, son? Dreamville winning, son.
No, who?
They looking better than Cash Money.
No, SZA's on TDE.
Dreamville. Oh.
SZA's on TDE.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying Cole's a genius because I'm like, he really got a sustainable group like JID, Cos. Like he really has dope artists. And in order to really be
I
that,
gotta go on a date with her. Man.
in order to be that next level black woman, you got to be beautiful, and she's gorgeous, man, and talented as hell.
Oh my God.
Or Rod Wave coming on Breakfast Club tomorrow. That's what's up. All right,
I'm gonna skip that interview, but
I fuck with Rod Wave. He different.
I'll fuck with him. I'm still gonna skip the interview because I mean,
damn, why they got Papoose in this joint though?
Right.
Look at the hat, bro. Read the hat.
That's what I'm saying.
Can't mess up after that.
But I can't agree with this because I can't agree with this photo because Derrick is the only fake nigga there.
Yeah, seemingly, yeah. Yeah, the other two seems genuine.
But we talked about it. Derrick's the only nigga that showed up in the game with this as his name. Papoose is a rapper, a reality TV show star, and Russell Wilson's an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
Like,
it was previously married.
I'm just saying society made them those things because of the things they choose to represent. Just because Russell doesn't cheat on Ciara and Ciara tells women that he doesn't, they like Russell. It's not his fault.
That's exactly how it goes.
I've never seen.
Matter of fact, even if Russell slipped and got caught on some bullshit, just for the sole fact that he didn't come in like preaching that he was this nigga, like
that's what I'm saying.
Forgive him, son.
That's why I say Derrick Jackson's in a league of his own. He's up there with he's up there with anybody who seems to placate to a specific group of people too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, everybody at some point crossed the line. Like, I'm not so pro-black that I don't know these two niggas who raped that girl is going under the jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like, no, them niggas need to go away forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not so ever. And they are. Like, I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, yes, man, because it's like I get it. And there's gonna be more stories like that coming out of Florida left and right. Of course, we only gonna hear about the black ones, but there's gonna be more and more stories like that coming out of Florida left and right. Because you got a whole powder keg of people. And let's be real. If you go to Florida right now to have fun, you're of a certain mental ilk. like you know what I'm saying? Like your brain works a certain way. And Florida is the destination for fun right now.
Put it lightly, I would say you indulge in extravagance and
Spring break though.
instant gratification. Look, man, I get it, bro. I'd be in Florida too if it wasn't for this bullshit. But
but y'all know me. I'm never like the person who's ever going to spring break in Florida. Like,
yeah, facts. Same.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
word?
I totally expect that from you, Lou. But I'm just never that type of person who's like, yo, spring break, Florida, let's go.
Yeah, I've never been a whole like a proponent of it, but I want to go and experience it. But yeah, beforehand, like I wasn't feeling it.
School or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think it's because I didn't have money, and I realized
so,
in order to really have fun, sometimes you gotta have some money.
So did y'all get the STEMI yet?
Bro, apparently they're supposed to mail my shit tomorrow, and I'm like,
mail it tomorrow.
First of all, why y'all mailing my shit when I clearly put direct deposit? I hope by mail they mean we gonna punch that shit in and send it to you tomorrow. Like,
nah, nigga, they mean mail.
Mail.
Fuck them niggas, bro. Who asked for that? Because I didn't ask for that. Why you mailing me shit now?
Well, at least they telling you it's coming, nigga.
Right.
Because I'm looking like, nigga, they don't even got my name. I'm like,
yeah, my shit was like that for a little bit too. Let me see. I would search my info. They'd be like, we ain't got nothing for you, bro.
They knew my name every pay stub. They right there taking my money out, but when they trying to get me something, they can't find me. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, man. No, that'd be.
That's the case, nigga. Put the STEMI in my paycheck, nigga.
Garnish my wages.
Yeah, y'all already take my taxes. Y'all take taxes every paycheck. My company gives them to you. Just tell my company, hey, yo, this nigga right here, give him $1,400 this paper.
From your pockets.
That's what they should have did, man. But I'm like, yo, because we're like, okay, so STEMI, we still waiting on that. And then let's talk about something else that's going on this week. Because what was the second thing we just talked about? I feel like we got off that topic pretty quick.
Well, it was the
I was just talking about
grocery store shooting.
The usual.
It was the Colorado shooting and the the attempted shooting in California.
The shooting. So what y'all is like I said, I'm fully there. I'm looking out for white boys with guns right now. I'm there. Like I'm
honestly, fucking hey, man, still nothing.
Go off, Walt.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I've been on this mentality for a little bit now, and I really felt it. I want to say about like 4 years ago when I was in the club with my cousins, like just real bad, anxiety attack washed over me. I'm like, hey yo, like somebody could air this shit out now, and like none of us could do nothing about it. But I think living in a predominantly black community, it gives us a bit of, I guess, care in a sense, because no niggas gonna come up in the grocery store start shooting, So if we do, it's like
they might try to shoot a nigga in front of the grocery store.
But, in front of the grocery store, right? But it's not gonna be walking.
You know what I'm saying? A couple bullets might go into the windows. Pedestrians might get hit, but the aim wasn't to kill pedestrians. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, and people can argue, that up and down, but I know going into the grocery store, I don't have to worry about being shot, but I gotta worry about that going to work now. I gotta worry about that, trying to get some stuff at Target, gotta be just a.
Oh my God, and nigga, I love Target.
And like you can be in Target and then you're like, oh, I need to get some. I'm trying to get some juice real quick, and then you over here looking like, oh, I could, look at the electronics real quick, and then pop. No,
I thought about it, bro.
Electronics.
I thought about it, man. If you in that joint and you really start hearing them joints ring out,
I'm finna stop, dropping,
exit.
roll the fuck out.
Finding the exit. If I'm hopefully if I'm near exit door, when I'm near exit door, I'm getting into the back of a closet. Some nigga, I'm getting in something. Like,
let's see.
Bro,
you got to find me to shoot me. That's what I'm basically saying. You got to find me to shoot me.
Oh, for sure.
Thanks.
You ain't hard to find, so I hope there's a big ass billboard size something.
You know, fuck you, nigga. What I'm saying is, nigga, I will be in the bathroom, nigga. Cause think about it, I'm thinking he's a mass shooter. He only gonna run through the main sections of the store. Like, the mass shooters check the bathrooms?
Nah, but see the Pulse nightclub, he did.
Well, that's a nightclub.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like
because there's like only a limited amount of spaces.
But still, it's like once you have that fear like ingrained in you, like just going into a space that has one exit,
gotcha,
or one entrance, one exit. So like, no, that's an automatic no.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not fucking with that.
Yeah.
So two things.
And if I wasn't so big, I would climb up to the top of one of them aisles.
That is a nice escape route. You know, if you could do it quietly enough, like Spider-Man.
Them aisles.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like them tall aisles, like tall aisles in like Walmart and shit.
Yeah, where they be putting the jeans and shit.
Where you got the bikes at and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, nigga.
I'm just trying to imagine you. Yeah. Okay. That visual was funny as shit. Walt said like he's Spider-Man.
It's tragedy that we actually have to have thoughts of escape routes and like plans of action. And we just happen to be
that's the bullshit of it all. Because I could have sworn when gang violence in the 80s was really flaring up, there were PSAs, there was a whole bunch of campaign shit in order to stop the prevalence of gangs. Like
there's PSAs to stop school shooters.
That's some nigga shit, though.
Are there to stop school shootings?
Yeah, you ain't seen those commercials where the kids at school and shit, and the nigga in the background the whole time he's a school shooter.
I mean,
you did shit.
Yeah.
I mean the conversations that our parents had with us, like, look, you're young and you're black, don't join a gang. Like, we live in the suburbs, I'm not gonna join a gang. But that's how widespread it had become.
Well, our parents had to do that to save our lives. Because if a cop thought we was in the gang, we was getting shot. And if we might have been in the gang, we might have got shot. So at the end of the day, mass shooters don't get shot.
Right. Mass shooters, because they commit the crime. Even when they, are attempting to commit the crime, they're still brought in.
Yeah. They said that one who did the Sandy Hook killed himself. But I don't know. I'm going to be shot if the cop shot that nigga. It just said he shot himself. They killed the dude. They killed the dude who did the Boston Marathon bombing. They shot the boat up.
Well, he was brown, so of course.
Yeah, and now the thing about this last shooter in Colorado, he was from Syria. He killed himself. He was from Syria. They said he came over in like 2002. So he's pretty much been in America his whole life. But he looked like a white boy to me. And I'm only taking that on predicated on how he was treated after he killed all them people. So he a white boy. But they did put one in his leg just because he did look a little foreign. He's not Anglo-Saxon white.
He look a little brown. Listen.
So they put
a little too olive.
They did hit. They shot his leg a little bit. So that lets you know they was like, he don't look Anglo-Saxon.
Like, my question is,
they did that brown paper bag test.
What is the point of bringing them in? Like, do they get more information as to the insights? Like, is it for research purposes? Like what is the overall good that comes from bringing in a suspect? Because now we have a trial. Now we have more money being wasted for it. When we know that they did it. I mean, are we? So
it's funny because, and I'm intentionally cutting you off.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
But it's funny because these are the one time where like we expect, we demand, we hope that a cop shoot a motherfucker.
Right.
Like, and they just be like, shoot him in the leg.
You want some Burger King?
Like, yo, Whopper me? Okay.
I was talking to him back there. He was having a bad day, and this is what he did.
He had a bad day. Like, my old manager, he tells me about how like now, like him and his wife, because they got like a 2-year-old daughter, him and his wife don't go to the same place at the same time anymore. Just on the off chance some shit pop off. Like as in like him and his wife will not go to Walmart together in case some shit pop off because they don't want their daughter to be an orphan. Like,
Damn.
and Joel was talking about this earlier where he was like, yeah, it's one country. So like some states, like I know New York has very strict like gun regulations and shit. Like they catch you with an illegal gun, jail.
That's it. Yeah.
But that's cool and all. And you can feel safe living in New York. But again, like Joel said, like, yo, it's one big ass country, bro. Like, we just seen a nigga, 17-year-old, what was it, Kyle Ritten, whatever the fuck, Rittenhouse, nigga cross state lines with an illegal gun and killed 2 people. Like, there's got to be a federal, not to get too political, there's got to be a federal mandate that affects all 50 states saying, yo, we catch you with an illegal gun, you're going to jail, and we gonna shoot you in the leg, and you ain't getting no fucking Burger King, my nigga. Like, it's one country.
And we
Don't
starting with the whites.
And we started with the crack ass crackers.
Yeah, right. Because we have rules like that right now, you know, where it's like, hey, yo, if you do this, you get in the maximum sentence, blah, blah, blah. But we start with the blacks. We gotta start with the poor.
The thing is when you pulling over niggas for driving on the highway and the white boys driving down with 4.8 to AR-15s because he plotting some shit. And it's like, you know, let's be honest, they catch a lot of these white dudes before they do it. The ones we see are the ones that they catch, that they don't catch. So we're seeing the ones that slip through the crack. That's what people want to register. We're seeing the ones who slip through the systems in place right now. And so my thing is, of course, in theory, if you tighten the bolts up, it should be harder for them. But I also have to concede that you'll always be able to find a gun in this country. I believe absolutely. That no matter how strict you make the gun laws, you'll always be able to find a gun. And you know, these my whole thing is I think like if Lou said, like, yeah, if the cops start shooting these niggas, maybe more of them be like, okay, I don't want to die. You know, because clearly, like I said, they stopped taking their own life a while ago. They happily getting arrested, getting Burger King. They just getting ushered into prison. And it's like the one time y'all should shoot a motherfucker and they don't, it's kind of like maybe if y'all did just light these niggas up, be more hesitant because y'all killing us for sleeping and eating ice cream and we getting murdered for outlandish shit by the police. But these motherfuckers seem to get. I just don't understand. Like if this nigga's whole thing was he just killed one of your own cops. Like he just killed one of your own cops. You don't fear for your life? Like I know he's got his hands up. He's got capable. Everything up. Yeah, you know he's capable. He's got his hands up and everything. But and so part of me is like, yo, that's how ingrained the racism is. It's trippy because this white boy is sitting there unarmed like we are often, all the time. And it's like we be unarmed and it's like y'all don't exaggerate this man's strength or anything. You just took this white boy, put him in cuffs. Yeah. But for us, you gotta put us on our stomach and sit on our knee for 8 minutes, 46, like all this extra shit. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. It's like at some point we gotta talk about. I think we always talk about, but I think we gotta reconcile ourselves that these motherfuckers clearly got more sympathy and empathy for a motherfucker who just killed innocent people than a black man just trying to make his way home. And he may have accidentally ran a red light. Like, that's trippy, bro. Like, when you really sit here and let that shit soak in and sit in, just think of the shit that we talking about right now. And they got a whole political party to defend them so they can keep shooting shit up freely.
It's literally never going to change.
And we can't even get a political party to agree to give us reparations. But these white boys is getting passes on massacres and Kyle Rittenhouse was lauded. Kyle Rittenhouse was applauded by the right.
That's because the other NRA, the National Reparations Association, don't got money that the National Rifle Association got.
Facts. But it's like also it's just like, I don't know, man. It's kind of like, you ever notice that some ideas work in conjunction with the propaganda we've been fed our whole lives?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's easy for the NRA to thrive. 2A, you know, America right to bear arms. You know, we get raised with that shit. We don't get raised with trans people deserve health care. We didn't get raised with that principle in play. But when people introduce these new things to people and they have like a fight against it and they're like, yo, no, fuck all the extra shit. And you have people who ran whole campaigns on doing certain things, or and like Lou said, the NRA reparations, the National Representation Association, it got shit because, like I said, that's a new concept to so many people that it has to work with more. It can't be flawed. It can't be, because you can have, this is a guns rights activist argument. I got guns to protect my home. Okay, nigga, why you need an assault rifle? But we let that, one argument be their selling point. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, because it's America, guns. So motherfucker, all he gotta do is tell you he like guns, and we gonna stop, and we just stop talking to them, and it's like weird. Because like I said, clearly we can see the guns are a problem right now.
The way that conversations have developed in this country, or at least the way that debate has, developed, is that a side doesn't have to be wrong. You have to provide an appropriate counter argument for it. Like, that's the thing. You always have to have the upper hand. It can't be that somebody is morally, less, because that doesn't exist in debate.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that,
all of our arguments are crafted from the place of empathy and fear, and rightfully so. We don't want to die because a white boy had a bad day,
right?
But those arguments have, like you said,
but that's not enough.
They also have their counters on the right that Tucker Carlson and all these motherfuckers is ready to throw at you. Because then it's like, okay, you're afraid of the school shooting, but if you get rid of their guns, I'm afraid of thieves breaking into my home. And it's like you already have the and you're already on the side of American exceptionalism, so you don't need as much to argue guns as you do to get rid of them. Like, you literally have to bring every politician a cousin or like a niece or nephew who was shot down in a mass shooting for them to even start to give a fuck about what you're talking about.
Right.
They don't care. These legislators, man.
Honestly, man, really just got to defund the police and the NRA. Like, for this nigga choking on White Claw. Yeah, defund the NRA, point blank, period. Because everything runs on money in this country.
Facts.
They're really not making that much money anymore.
But in fact, not even the NRA. Whoever's making the guns, bro, we all know everything runs on a dollar in this country. Because the niggas making the guns, selling them shits at gun shows, manufacturing them.
That's our biggest export,
nigga. They not lining politicians' pockets. Yeah, exactly.
Biggest export system,
they're not lining
choppers.
Pockets.
Exactly.
I consider them as part of the NRA too. Like, they all just want fat ass umbrella to me, and they got money.
The conglomerate. Yeah, man, I agree.
Big gun.
And I want to talk about Sean King.
It's popping.
You've been trending this week, and
you beefing with somebody?
Nah. But he's been breaking down the COINTELPRO that's happening with him right now, and it's been very interesting because he did a thing he released on March 4th where he was like, "Yo, March 23rd, I'm dropping something big," right? And March 23rd hits, and he's like, "Actually, I wasn't dropping anything. I just said that because I noticed every time we release an announcement, bad news about me and misinformation spreads." And so he literally tested it, and it started trending again, started spreading in concert with him and Tamika Mallory. So then they said that, and then now he just released, I put it in a group earlier, right-wing online people are talking about how they spread misinformation to certain individuals, and then they repost it, mostly black people. And I'm looking at it, and I realize why they come for Sean King the way they do, right? because he has a singular focus, and it's white supremacy. And it's nothing else. Like, he may occasionally make a post, maybe he may mention, like, he never talking about global warming. He never talk about rights for no other groups. He always talking about, I'm coming for white supremacy. He don't get lost in the sauce of minutia. If you come to Sean King, you coming for one thing: a motherfucker fighting white supremacy. If Asian people are died by the hands of white supremacy, he'll talk about it. If Asian people die because black people did something to him, he ain't gonna talk about it. It's like one of those things where it's like, or vice versa. So my whole point in bringing this up is, that's why you got to get him out the paint, because he stays focused. He isn't a part-time activist. He has a full-time goal, and he focuses on one thing. Because I've been sort of wondering, like, why are certain people allowed to thrive or exist in the activist space? And it's because they always have a cape on for everybody. They have the broad swath of, I'm here to bring up, I'm fighting for global warming, gun rights, I'm doing all this other shit. Sean King may have a perspective on guns, but he's always going to be like, and these white boys have them. And like, Sean will tell you white guns are bad in white boys' hands. Like, that's the whole point. He always is going to be on that one note. It's never going to pivot. And I think even sometimes other groups who may want him to speak up for other communities that are marginalized, like, you're never going to see Sean King breaking down misogynoir. You're never going to see Sean King trying to get you guys to heal together in black love. And he may post his wife, he may post his kids, he may be like, I love my wife, and that's it. All he gonna do is hit you with a chance. Exactly. I love my wife, nigga. That's it. But Sean King is never gonna be, he's never gonna be like, yeah, we sat down with on this couch we sat down with Dr. Relationship.
Gay rights activists.
No, nothing. Like, and that's the point. And even the people who, and that's why everybody got to come for him, because you obviously black people who are in the space of at least being a voice to certain demographics in our community, whether it be LGBT or even Christians, honestly. But he's like basically one of these people who's like, it's always one note. Because it's always one note and never gets pivoted, never strays away. It's like, yeah, you can't have that nigga out here just focused. He's never.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point. And then there's the fact that, like, just to throw some flavor in what you cooking, there are certain, like, political activism that is, like, okay to the powers that be, you could say, like fighting for gay rights, that's kind of, fighting for gay rights, that's cool, that's acceptable now. Fighting for trans, that's acceptable now. Environmentalists, cool.
Last year, black folks finally got on the docket.
Yeah, but like, yo, you coming for white supremacy, like that big ass umbrella?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
You mean you want to get rid of it on the state and federal level, Sean?
You want to hold police accountable for killing who?
Exactly.
No.
And that's why Sean doesn't even say defund the police.
Because
he doesn't even say that.
What he gonna do?
Exactly. That's the brilliance of the dude. I realize the dude is really a genius, bro. Like, that's what I realized is, like, people have been sleeping on it, but I've been sleeping on it because I've been following the nigga for a couple of years, like 6-8 years now. So I've seen everything, and I understand, like, yeah, I understand why you got to come for certain people. It's like, look at it this way. Tamir Wright's mom became worrisome of Tamika once she hit the Grammy stage. Mm-hmm. Tamika was Tamika before she did the Grammys, but nobody had nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? But the second she hits the Grammy stage, that's a next level of clarity and visibility. So when you get a next layer of visibility, you're going to find the next level of hate. Mm-hmm. It's just that simple, man. It's like, people got to understand. It's like when you go from 500,000 to 1 million followers, you're going to find out 250,000 people don't fuck with you. And it's just, that's the reality of anything you do, no matter what corner of society you come from. the more people find out about any specific particular thing, you're gonna find out. It's like, for instance, visibility with trans people has gone up in the last 5 years, and now we find out how many people don't like trans people. Like it's like you didn't know about it before, but now that the visibility is increased, you see the hatred. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's just, it's fucked up, but that's the reality of life. It's like, and now that we've seen all these white people jump on the anti-racism train, the racism train got to speed up. It's going to turn the fuck up. It's like, because I'm thinking about, like, bro, as even look at it like, as you have more Asian people speaking out about the anti-Asian racism they've experienced, you gonna have more anti-Asian racism.
Very true.
Point blank period. Yeah. And now it's going to come in the form of are Asian people really complaining? Look how much money they make in these corporations. That's how, you know, how white people argue shit. Like, because, you know, when white people try to silence you, talk about your pay, they always bring up how much money you make. These athletes, they make all this money. I'm like, nigga, those are the biggest niggas in this society. They afraid of police like shit. All of them should have took a knee. They all been stopped for no reason, nigga. Until they signed that contract. Even then, only outside the stadium do the police be like, hey, that's what's up, Russell.
That's it.
He just
don't go home.
Exactly.
Because we'll stop you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Facts.
Is that nigga in his house eating ice cream?
The nerve of this nigga sleeping in his bed.
But yeah, that's where we are, man. So like,
nigga trying to get into Dr. Dre's house.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're Dr. Dre?
That's what I'm saying. One note. Anyways, so like, let's put Sean King in Derrick Jaxn's position. So one day Sean King just comes out and like, he's like, yeah, man, I just joined the Klan.
Nah. For him,
we find out Sean was.
He gotta say he's white.
He's gotta say he's white. That's the only way, because then everybody that was hating him be like, I knew it.
I told you.
Look at him.
Told y'all.
So if he says I'm white.
Oh yeah, if he says he's
I
white,
think that's the equivalent, bro.
That's the equivalent.
I don't know.
That's
because no way he can be going this hard and claiming that he's not. Just to say he is.
Yeah. No, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I saw this one white dude
arguing.
arguing.
Sense today, bro.
Sean, all you have to do is this one white dude was like, Sean, all you have to do is release your DNA test. Release your DNA test. We'll all
what?
The nerve. I'd have smacked the shit out of that dude just off principle.
Once you release it, we'll leave you alone. I'm like, will you really? Once he releases it, it has like what 38% African in there. Will you leave him alone?
Nah, it's got to be 50. It's got to be 50 plus. But
I'll let her rock with 30. I'll let her rock with 30.
Did y'all see the story of the shrimp and the cinnamon toast crunch?
What, nigga?
What?
Who
ate this bowl of cereal? And you was doing so good, Walt.
Oh man, no. So wait, I'm about to find this article. But so this guy, he eated the cinnamon toast crunch, right?
Yeah.
He's pouring some cereal and he's like, hey yo, there's some shrimp tails in my cereal, like cooked shrimp tails, right? And so there's a whole picture with it. The and people on Twitter were like, hey yo, like cinnamon toast crunch, you need to get on this.
General Mills fucking up.
No, so cinnamon toast crunch, they tweeted back, they were like, hey, it doesn't look like it's shrimp, so we ain't really got a problem here. And then the dude was like, oh no, like he held it in his hand, some white boy, and he took a picture of it, and you can clearly tell that it's some shrimp. And now they're like, hey yo, we want to get what do you call it? So one of the samples so that we can see exactly if it's shrimp. We're checking with our quality assurance.
Don't get that nigga a free box of cereal. Stop playing.
They offered for a free box of cereal at first, and
that's
then they said,
all you gotta do.
No,
free box for life, man.
Can't get a free box. Yeah, man, they ain't chill with all that for life shit. I don't even believe it when they say it anyway. Oh, damn, Daniel. Free Vans for life. Yo, chill with all that.
But
bro.
Then the conversation took a turn with somebody who was like, hey yo, I got a shellfish allergy. Like if I would have eaten that, I could have died. So y'all motherfuckers really need an answer for this shit. And so it happened today. So we're gonna see, what's gonna develop with it. But
oh man,
I'm gonna keep it real, man. I would have told that shellfish nigga to shut the fuck up because he ain't get the shellfish in his cinnamon
as a corporation, you can't say that.
Right. You can't, but if it was me and I was like on my way out the door and I'm handing the Twitter handle over to the next dude, I'm like, hey, man, fuck yourself. You ain't get this shit.
This nigga think about the perfect opportunity.
Keep them hypotheticals to yourself, bro.
He's like, you need to be mindful of this, General Mills.
Right, like y'all motherfuckers could really hurt
look
somebody.
For you biting into that cinnamon toast.
I was petty. If I was a petty CEO, I'd be like, nigga, stamp on the box may contain shellfish, nigga. The fuck on my face with your bitch ass.
That's it.
Y'all niggas terrible.
That's it, bro. That's how I'm moving, son.
We over here talking about people almost dying, and like black people die every day.
Yo, bro, niggas eat fish every day. Like, bro, keep them hypotheticals over there, man. Timmy's getting 1 free box of cereal, and that's it. Case closed.
Case closed, my niggas. Case closed.
Apparently, the CEO of General Mills responded. He said, "We take our food safety very seriously." They got this nigga on the horn immediately.
Yeah, I mean, how does shellfish end up in the box of cinnamon toast crunch, young?
That's another thing. It's like, what kind of process?
Only thing I can think is a nigga was eating shrimp out of a napkin. Drop that joint into the batch. Yeah, you know how you don't eat the end of the shrimp. You just bite to the. He was tucking them joints in the napkin, and he went to put it back in his pocket, and that shit fell into the batch. Young. That's the only thing I can think of.
Damn. They're gonna find that.
I don't want to believe that something in Cinnamon Toast Crunch contains shellfish.
That's why you gotta put it on the box, man. Just to forewarn people. Like, yo.
What if they find out low key that joint hit? Fried fish tails with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, nigga.
Or a new flavor.
Facts, nigga. I know you heard about it trending on Twitter, but now it's coming to real life.
Yo.
Those Cinnamon Toast Crunch got that racist ass Jamaican Cinnamon Toast nigga, or is that Apple Jacks? That's Apple Jacks with that
Apple Jacks.
Yeah,
that's probably
racist ass too, piece of cinnamon.
See, you know what? That's a mascot that could go away. Like, why Aunt Jemima lose her job?
It did go away, nigga.
I ain't seen that cinnamon. That Jamaican cinnamon.
They shut that shit down.
Racist.
Watch the cinnamon. I feel like he gonna be trending in 5 years. Some kid gonna find him. Be like, look what they used to have on TV, and it's gonna be this. Hey, cinnamon toast.
It's gonna be some sensitive ass Jamaican kid. Like, hey man, what is this? You're making me angry, man.
Oh shit! Don't let his family see that because they're gonna fry his ass worse than the internet.
Man, son, Jamaicans know it's Babylon.
Right. Hey, but I mean, like, we get into that point right now because the kids are asking what's burning CDs.
Joe, stop right there. Stop right there. But no, in all seriousness, just today, I mean, literally, like, while I was at work, an 18-year-old from my church hit me up and was like, what does burning CDs mean? Swear to God, bro. And she wasn't kidding. I really had to break it down to her, like,
yeah, man.
Thousands, my G. This is what it was.
She 18, thing, man.
Oh, she's legit 18. Which means she was born in.
How old are you?
2000s.
03.
28 at this point. 28 in like 2
damn,
months.
So you 10 years. Oh, damn, yeah. So I guess
that is a gap. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, yeah, MP3s.
Yeah, man. Look, if you want to listen to music in your car before we had the Bluetooth.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the day where the kids is like, what's a flash drive?
Oh. They don't even ask what flash games are anymore. They got that shit out of here before.
Nigga, if I showed them this, Nickelodeon released this little CD disc player, and it had this little window, and it played episodes, and you would buy the little disc to put in it. I forget what that shit is called, but I had one of them motherfuckers, young. And like the kids, like I was just saying, man, like they don't understand how much better this shit got, and how fire it got. Like you
And
got these
how
kids saying,
quickly you got fired too.
yeah, that's
Because
what I'm saying. I always
because
speak on that, bro.
we were still using VHSs. Like
Nigga, I
Yeah,
that
that
remember
shit
got
seems
old.
archaic.
we used to rent the tape, put it in my mom's VCR, and then get her camcorder to copy the joint on the low,
Damn,
and take it back, nigga.
that was bold.
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah, boy.
I think the statute of
Ain't
limitations
that
was on that
crazy?
motherfucker. I
Yeah,
remember
man.
all that
Look,
shit,
the
nigga.
business, all
Blockbuster
those
don't exist.
businesses are out of business now. So
Yeah, what they gonna do?
Facts, bro.
those niggas are dead.
The TV used to be able to
That's
sit.
real crazy.
The TV used to take up a corner of the floor. The floor TV used to be
Yeah,
able to
them,
sit on that
them
motherfucker.
fat back TVs,
Yeah,
boy.
nigga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
shit.
Now you show
That's
them
real
like,
crazy. Like,
Everybody fancy putting it on the wall now.
me and my pops had to lug that bitch into the living room one time.
Yep.
Like,
you
we
tell your
old enough.
kid, yeah, my TV used to be on the floor. Your kid would be like, Dad, stop lying.
Out of here,
Stop
pops.
it. How?
Old ass, lying
How?
ass. Yeah, we really lived through a lot of technology, bro. Like that shit crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think millennials will be the generation that remembers it all.
Damn, bro. I can't believe she really like was dead serious. She was like, "Yo, what does burning CDs mean, bro?" I laughed at her and she was like, "Nah, I'm serious." I was like,
I saw that somebody made the list: a LimeWire download, an open Windows Media Player, burn CD.
And you know what? They'll never understand what it's like to download something and then
open that
not be.
motherfucker.
Oh my
And all you hear is, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman." Bro, LimeWire used to blow me, dog. Come on,
Or be like the man muffled, like.
Shit, nigga. Or you download the MP3 and it's somebody like recording the recording of it. It's like, yeah, nigga, like all that shit, bro.
And you know what? I'm actually kind of mad at that because you know how like we record shit from the radio and whatnot. But now like their version is like Redbone, but from the next room. And it sounds like Redbone from the next room. I'm like, hey yo, like they got it. They finally did it. They finally got the perfect version of that shit, man.
But it's funny, I always see like what comes back, like what was there that was necessary, but it will come back. Like you saying Redbone from the next room is kind of like, I'm interested in like ASMR and shit like that, where like there's a specific thing people do with technology and it always has like this, and it just takes its own route. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like technically Clubhouse,
like unboxing videos.
Exactly. You know, certain shit like that. Or even like, you know, look at it, like Derrick Jaxn couldn't have existed 10 years ago. You know? It's like that man's whole profession was predicated on this being HD. And like him being able to just post it on, put it on his car. Like you said, he would leave his he would leave his side chick's crib and make a video real quick, post the joint and get back to the spot. Like the convenience of that. You
could have done that in the MySpace days.
Bro, I remember I had a camcorder. The camcorder used to have to put the high H tape, the little cassette tape joint in that joint. And then you used to have the mini DV tapes. That's what they were, mini DV joints. We had, when I first got the Mason, they still had some of them joints. We used some of those joints. Like we filmed that joint with Mustafa, Johnny Appleseed shit on mini DV.
It looked like it did.
Yeah, what we had to do is we had to put it in a machine that would transcribe it into a digital signal. So it's like my mom actually asked me to do that recently with an OVHS. She wants me to make it into a DVD. She wants me to make it into an online video. Rip it DVD.
She wants you to burn CDs.
Well, now I'm at the burn CD. You tell them about burning DVDs, nigga.
Oh nigga, man.
What?
I used to make my own. I used to make my own porn joints, Jay. Nah, you get the joint off LimeWire, then you open up Nero 8 or some shit like that, some software that you burn that joint. You write your little title on it. Bad white joints.
Overt shit.
Yeah, you a bad white
Ja
girl.
Rule
Something,
mix.
nigga. Facts, nigga.
Thick booty milfs, faux. It would be
That's
some wild
what
shit.
you would do. If
Mills.
you ripped a movie, you would put the movie title on it. But if you just got a couple scenes and you making your own compilations together, yeah, nigga.
Look how Susio y'all are.
I'm just
Hey,
saying,
man.
bro. Now these kids is like, come on, bro. I just got my OnlyFans account, man. Like,
Exactly. Everything is so.
bro, let me borrow our OnlyFans password, bro. Like, you know, a nigga bought like your homeboy got the password to that one joint, and you hit him up, yo, let me borrow that one joint's password for the night.
Nah, nigga.
That's wild.
And your boy
Meanwhile,
just
X videos.
yeah, X videos. But like I said, man, like all that shit is free 99 right now. I remember like going into the bathroom at like I used to go in Sheets and you see the Playboy, right? Right? I used to take that joint, run into the bathroom, go into the bathroom, rip the pages out that I fucked with, fold them up, put them in my back pocket, and dip out.
Yeah, dang.
And then I would put
Joe serious.
I'll put the discarded
That's real
magazine in the
serious.
trash. But I'm just saying that's what niggas like. This is the growth and evolution of this shit. It's like from being able to, from having to find your dad's DVD stash to, yo, what's that link, bro?
Yeah,
what's the link?
I ain't bookmark it on my Google Chrome. What's that link again?
What's the link? Like for instance, we was talking about what's the joy. Walt sent us the link right after the pod. Nigga. That shit is we underestimate the convenience of that shit, but we also understand it. That's why I said millennials in this unique position, man, where I'm like, we remember all of it, bro. We remember all of it, man. I remember this one dude was talking. He said his cousin, YouTube is older than his cousin.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. If you asking me what burning the CD is, that means YouTube is older than you, nigga.
Yeah. Not facts.
What year was YouTube started?
What's burning the
Like
CD?
05.
That's when you just grab that. Remember that old CD case you used to have, the zip joint with the slide?
Yeah.
You're like, what's burning the CD? Just take that joint, throw it in front of the table. Y'all know the struggle we had back in the day, nigga. At midnight, you can access Apple.
Mix too.
Exactly, nigga. At midnight, this shit could drop and you got it right there.
Nigga, back in my day, son.
I had to wait for somebody to download it, and then upload it.
Nigga, you had to go to Walmart, pay like $10 for the CD, come home, rip the joint, and then put it on blank CDs for your homies so they had to pay $10.99, son.
Hey yo, honestly,
how real it was.
LimeWire was the real trickle down economics.
Oh, LimeWire.
That was the real trickle down economics.
Facts,
like, and Napster.
Napster, LimeWire. They had the right idea.
Yeah.
We took it because we had the computers. You know, we took it to those that didn't. Bruh, everybody ate. Everybody ate.
You know what's funny? When she asked me that, I realized I just had a flashback because my neighborhood in middle school, I was the only kid, I'm pretty sure in like the whole neighborhood that had a computer with like a CD burning. So we had like the two slides.
Yeah.
Did you have the CD?
It was lit.
Did you have the CDR or the CDRW, my nigga? The joint you could rewrite.
The writer. Yeah,
you gotta have the rewrite.
I had that. Bro, you know how many CDs, mixtapes I was making for the homies back in middle school, son?
Nigga. I was making DVDs for the homies. I do everything. I said we used to record. I remember me and my niggas, we went out and did doorbell nigga knocking. And I recorded all that shit. And came back, burned that joint, put it on DVD, and we was watching that shit. We was wilding. I still got them joints, young. I still got some old DVDs in the cut. Me and my niggas was just wilding.
We just had to throw away Pop CDs because he had one of them fat cases with like 1,000 slots. We was like, bro, look, Apple Music, son. You gotta get with the times, dog.
That's what it is.
You can listen to Anita Baker from your phone. You don't need the CD.
No, man, I admit this thing, man. like we saw, like that's what it is. We all the things that went into this, we used to have.
Yup. In our backpack.
For real, nigga. It's like if somebody just collected everything we used to get a news, entertainment, and was just like, nigga, throw this shit. Oh my bad, his name is Steve Jobs. Motherfucker was like, you know, talk about all this shit we got. Just put that shit in there, nigga.
I'm running out of pockets, man. Yeah,
man. Damn. Kids asking what's burning a CD.
Bro, and she not even like, that age gap thing as far as like technology goes, and she's only technically 9 years younger than me.
But doesn't that weird? That weirded me out when I worked with that young joint before. That type of shit would weird me out. It would be like
questions.
Nah, not even that. Those type of realizations. Like, just what's burning a CD. Just not even the fact that, like, for instance, I knew what a V8 was. I mean, cassette tape was, and like, and what you call it? Not VHS, like but A-track. A-track. I knew what those were. Like, I found one in my uncle's house. I said, "What's this machine?" It's an A-track machine. I was like, oh, "Okay." Oh, it looks like a tape. Looks like, you know, it was similar in some way. So, but also like, it's kind of like she would say shit, and I'd be like, "Yeah, this joint too young, son."
Yeah, man.
It just felt like playing with house money.
Trust me, I know. You know what's crazy though? Like, you know, like the hipster thing to do that's real retro now is to like buy what you call it?
What, an LP?
Not an LP, but the thing where you could like scratch the. My sister got one of these, man. What's that joint? Record player, like a big ass record player. Like that shit was cool. But you know, it's probably never coming back unless you go on to like a 2000s party. But when the last time you seen a Walkman? Like with the headphone jack and the headphones like this. Bro. I ain't seen a Walkman in a brick, son. A Zoom player, that's some 2000 shit.
Yo, yeah, I was just thinking about Zoom, man.
Oh man, Zoom. I thought about that earlier when I was mentioning that joint from Nickelodeon joint. That Zoom shit too, nigga.
Bro, Zoom was a fat brick, son. It was a black brick. Trying to keep up with the iPod. That shit was not working out. Zoom.
Yeah, man, we seen all this shit come and go. Damn.
I ain't even 30 yet, son. That's crazy. Shit just changing.
Dang, you know, one day the kid gonna be like, "Dad, what's a touch screen?"
Damn, man. If we get that far, that fast,
bro, I'm not gonna lie, we'll probably be 50.
Yeah, like for real.
People gotta understand this shit, dog. This shit is 20. Like the internet itself is 25 years old. Like, no, 35 years old, bro. 95. Hold on, not 26 years old.
26. It's under 30.
I was thinking the internet is like a late 90s thing. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait till the internet was like late 80s too.
Bro, wait till the internet gets to 50 years old or 100 years old.
Bruh.
100 years of humanity having internet, bro. Imagine what's gonna be so different, nigga.
Honestly, like at that point, we're gonna have to change like how we age shit, because I swear we're older than we are.
Not though.
Like I get what you mean.
Like
so you gotta change the Asian system,
right? Like so much has happened. Yeah. Like especially with between 2010 and 2020, you know, there were so many global things and you know countrywide things that it's like, hey, like I am not a 30-year-old like in 1980, you know.
Yeah, it's not. I get what you're saying. It's like we are taking in so much more information than we used to.
Right.
That on some level you could feel like time. We're experiencing time in real time, if that makes sense.
And that is heavy.
Or are we regressive in that sense? Like when you didn't have anything and you were just in a fucking field, did you feel every minute?
I'm gonna say no, because you weren't aware of what was going on in like even the next like city over or like county over.
But just think about it, even before we started being able to record time, you know, through sun devices or whatever, like at just that level where it's like not take it that far back. Let's say back rural times, you know, villages, farms, and all the other stuff, right? Your day started when the chicken croaked, right? So your sunrise and sunset, that was your time. And it's kind of like your day was filled in between the gaps of that. when the sun started to set, so I gotta go home. You know, for us, it was street lights come on. We was growing up. Where it's like now, it's like to Walt's point, last year, just think about after George Floyd and the way the cities went crazy and the way you was on your phone observing that shit. Like you was consuming your time, but it was like it's like heavier because you're taking in so much shit that you wouldn't have been able to access before. All you would have had was CNN live at location.
And that's
but now I got like 30 different perspectives in my phone.
Right. And at that it was only at home that you were able to digest it. Here it is everywhere because we
and even on top of that, you couldn't watch it again because
it was
news
just for once.
Thanks.
It's at this hour and that's it.
Yeah, the ability to rewatch something, to go and just rewatch it over and over again, streaming.
I feel like
I'm
gonna have a kid. I'm gonna have a kid, right? And I'm gonna be playing like my favorite Michael Jackson album, even my favorite Drake album. And my kid really gonna come to me and be like, yo, who is this nigga, son? And I'm gonna have to really explain to him like the magnitude of what Drake was in the 2010s and what Michael Jackson was his whole fucking life. Like that is gonna be crazy. And I'm gonna love it.
And will we even be able to will we even be able to access Mike? Or will he just be a pedophile?
Why not? I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
No, there has
them concert footage, bro. I still watch that shit.
But think about it.
In order to disparage him more, there has to be more evidence to come out. Like there has to be some concrete shit.
But there's also this other side of things where it's like you also have this other side where, like for instance, I found it very interesting that thing with the chick who took over the Teen Vogue. They found some old anti-Asian tweets, and she got fired. And the girl who started the petition at the job, who's an Asian chick, has a tweet back in the day where she said the N-word. And now people are like, yo, get her fired too. And to me, that shit is just funny where I'm just like,
damn.
Like, how about we just leave everything 5 years ago alone? Like everything people was tweeting 5 years ago, if they still tweeting it, come for them by all means. You know what I'm saying? If they still perpetuating bullshit after all this time, come for them. But I wouldn't hold people to what they said 5 years ago. Let's just put a statute of limitations on this shit. Let's stop it. If you scroll someone's timeline and it says 2015, just stop.
It's not within the decade that you're currently in.
But it's also to our point where I'm just like, I don't want to raise a generation that's looking for every flaw of every person.
Right.
And that's what we're doing right now. We're raising a generation of kids whose their go-to is like, and it may be fine. I may be fine with that to a degree where I don't mind if there's some times in my life where I'm like, I wish I would have known that the guy who owned this company hated black people. Because I bought a lot of pizza from Papa John's. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
still
so
struggling not to say the nigga, you know.
Yeah, he said he was working hard. He's worked hard to get it out of his system. I was like, damn, Pop. But to my point, I'm just saying, like, I'm fine with that being that I know that now. I'm cool that I know that now, and that if I go to Papa John's, I'm fully cognizant and aware that I'm supporting. Or with Chick-fil-A with the LGBTs, they stopped donating to it. But if you were buying chicken sandwiches before 2018, you knew what it was about. You were supporting these motherfuckers, supporting that shit. So that's what it basically is. Yeah. So I'm cool knowing these things. But like you said, Walt, the CEO of Cinnamon Toast Crunch can't be like, fuck y'all niggas with that shellfish shit. Even though how many people... But even if they gave this nigga numbers, was like, it turns out only 2% of the niggas that eat our shit got shellfish allergies. So you really ain't offending. But you got to also take into account the people who going to be offended for the niggas with shellfish allergies.
Right. Like, you never know who's watching because it's a perception game.
Exactly.
First.
Facts. So since it's a perception game first.
Screw that kid and his shellfish allergy, bro.
Exactly. But I don't want to raise.
Screw that
I don't
man.
Raise
he's married with a wife.
Yeah. I just don't want to raise a bunch of kids who was like, no, if you hear Billie Jean, you hear Billie Jean. Don't go looking up who Mike is. But I mean, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't want you to hear Billie Jean and then you find out what Mike is or what they said he was, and now Billie Jean can't rock for you no more.
It is
not in my house.
It's
Because that shit
accepting.
gonna rock.
You got to accept that people can grow and change. All right, that's the thing. All right, because like the other day at work, I was singing the "Go Crazy" by Chris Brown and Young Thug, right? And this new girl, she's young, she's 19. She was like, "Oh, so you support abusers?"
Well, she said that? Like
Straight
verbatim?
up, just straight like
Wow.
that. Right. So now I'm just like, all right, well, like I have this, well, not necessarily this game, but it's like there's this stance that I have to take because no, obviously I don't support abusers. Like if somebody does something, they should be, punished to the full extent as they should.
Yeah.
As he was, I
but
believe.
but also it's yeah, people can change, but has Chris Brown done the necessary changes? Because
I was gonna
I could
say.
I could understand this 19-year-old girl looking at it. She's like, hey, yeah, I know about Rihanna, I know about Karuchi, I know about this other girl. It's like, so, but that's in her head already. That is not
Yeah.
even in her head. That is just out there already. That is readily, accessible information regarding
Yeah.
Chris Brown. So when she says that, it's like I can't be too mad at her because of the stance that she's taken.
Yeah.
But
Mm,
if we do
hey,
have a
that's interesting.
generation like that, like yeah, they might group R. Kelly, Chris Brown, Michael Jackson all in the same boat. And
Yeah.
even though we've gone through it, we know we can't, do that. So that's the
Yeah.
that's the tricky situation, that we have to sparse out.
But the reality of this is,
Mm,
what is the qual what does that mean?
what?
Can
What
you
does what mean?
quantify what Walt listens to that song means?
That means he enjoys the song at
She's
the
saying basically you're
least.
I
listening.
enjoy
It's
Chris Brown.
you enjoy Chris Brown. That's
Enjoy the
that's simple.
song.
But what does it mean for her to say that? She's saying that you listening to him is giving him money, right?
Mm,
So you support abusers, right?
mm-hmm,
And in her brain, he's actively still up to the same old behaviors because of this evidence and that evidence and that evidence, right? So,
mm,
case in
Mm,
point, my whole point I'm just trying to bring up to is what does that mean though? Does that mean my kids will beat women? Does that mean like what does it mean? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to. That's what I want
right.
to start contextualizing because when you put these same
okay.
things on the same level of trigger and urgency as life or death situations, I tune it out because you can tell me about the misogynoir of J. Cole's music, but what does it mean for me to listen to it? Like, I'm not going to lie to you and say that it doesn't have those things that you say it has in it, but
Yeah.
what is it quantify that I listen to it? Does it mean I am now of the elk? Of does it mean I'm in the patriarchy and dominate? Like, I want to know what all this
Mm,
stuff means because you are Walt and you listening to Chris Breezy because Chris Breezy made good music.
Made a cat. This song is fire.
You
Like,
know, if she tell me you support abusers, I would have been like, yeah, run. Ah, like
that nigga would have
run,
fired your
run for your
ass.
ass.
Yeah, I mean, my obvious comeback would have been, yo, look, we go through your playlist. I bet you I'll find, since we digging up old tweets, I bet you I'll find a mofo
right,
that's did some dirt in your
right.
playlist. You know what I'm saying?
And
Because nobody leave this earth clean, bro.
it's just it's a tough situation, but
Oh,
like
ask her,
Ghost
did you
said,
vote
that
for Joe
urgency.
Biden?
Yeah, I asked her about Biden. She was just like, I mean, it's Biden. I'm like,
Did
yeah,
you vote for him?
yeah, no, she voted for him.
Okay, then shut up.
Yeah.
Like we all supported a man with sexual assault allegations. Like that's what I understand. You understood the nuance. You understood then when you voted for this nigga. You put
Right,
aside
but
this. Like, what does it mean though that we supported Joe Biden's presidency? What does that mean for women? I don't know. He clearly has sexual assault allegations. Like, I'm just saying, if we're gonna ask what Walt listening to Chris Brizzy means for men, then what does that mean for women? Like, I'm just asking, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I
But
mean, and
he also elected the
the
first
question should be asked.
VP woman. So, you know,
As I told her, I said straight off, I was just like, yeah, you know, I like the song, but I'm an imperfect ally, as Dave Chappelle said. Just left it at
my
that.
nigga, I fuck
Like,
with that. Well, I give you fist bump on that, nigga. I
yeah.
fuck with that.
I was like, what
I'm an
else am I
imperfect
gonna
ally.
do? Like, I'm an
Chappelle
imperfect
saves the
ally
nigga.
because if I'm just there like watching some shit go down, I'm like, okay, no, you could call me an ancient nigga, but like
Yeah.
in
No,
this micro sense, it's like, yes, you know,
no.
I
And
am contributing
that's
to the
why
problem.
I was joking when I said I would have said I am run, but I'm being dead serious where I'm like, if that's what that means to you, then I am that. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what
It's not the
like
hill that you gotta die
Juliana.
on. Yeah.
Every time I will post Joe Budden, I can't believe you support Joe Budden. I'm like, Joe Budden's funny. I enjoy his podcast. He currently isn't under assault charges. He beat the case. Like, I have all these things, and she's like, but you support. I'm like, but what does that mean though? You act like
Joe
when I
Budden,
tune into Joe Budden, he's beating a woman on the podcast. And like,
I'm listening to it.
And I'm listening to it like, yeah, Joe, hit her with a harder right. No.
That's wild.
And then what does it mean if I'm allowing Joe Budden, but you're making Joe Budden more famous and you're but I'm like, what does it mean though? You still ain't asked the question. You guys just put a whole man who had 10 like sexual assault allegations against him as president. Y'all just voted for that. We all just did that. He still got kids in cages. We ain't said shit to this nigga.
Yeah.
There's a lot
I'm just saying, bro. Why did she approach you? What about you made her approach you? You think?
Oh no! Like, we were working together. Like, we were working in the same section and whatnot. So it was like, hey, like, you knew, blah blah blah. So,
but that was the type of person I'm talking about. That person. And it's like, I'm not mad at that person because that person hopefully will get to a real equal society one day with that type of energy in the youth. I'm not mad at it. Check my old ass, but I'm gonna plumply turn to you and be like, "Is Chris Beasley banging?" You know what I'm saying? Because I have to understand that you're triggered. I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're triggered.
As long
and this beat slap. Like,
as long because we can't stop Chris Brown from making music. We can't.
But it's the equivalent. It's the equivalent to the kid who asked, "What are burning CDs?" You know what I'm saying?
Why are you?
I grew up in the era where we listened to niggas who did foul shit because they made good music. It's too late for me. You can't save me. You can't make me see your perspective and understand it fully to the point where. But the point is, she would feel bad listening to Chris Brown. I think that's a genuine emotion in her.
Yes,
that's genuine for her, but it's not in me.
Yes.
And you can't, no matter how much you yell at me, I can't create a disdain for Chris Brown to the point where I'm not going to expect that nigga to kill the hook on this next song. Like, I just shared the joint with him and Jack Harlow. Shit slap.
I didn't listen more.
Already best friends. Already best. Come on, son. This shit go hard, bro. And Jack right there with Chris Beasley in the background. And get at Jack. Jack is in her generation.
A whole 22-year-old.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, does that make me a villain? That's why I asked, what does it mean? Because I'll never care enough. Unless Chris Brown does something atrocious.
It makes
like you today. Like right now,
it makes you a man.
Yeah.
That's what makes you. But hey, I mean, like, niggas be
makes me a
niggering,
casual breezy fan.
But that's my point, and that's to go back. Let's go back full circle.
That's
why Derrick Jaxn was a problem.
I do wanna touch on that though, because Luke, I have that one coworker who's like, oh, you listen to abusers, but I got homegirls that are like, Chris Brown can do literally anything to me.
Oh yeah, I know what
still be. So it's like, hey yo, hearing both sides is wild now, because it's like, hey yo, like, where you want to be as a person, as a man, but when you're faced with these groups, because it seems like it doesn't matter what you say, it will be wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But like I said, I just can't. I can't be there with you.
Yeah.
Like I went on a lunch date with a coworker like that. She was a black girl and she was really referring to me as cisgendered, and I was like, "Oh, we're really using that terminology." Like, but I understood this was she really took it all in and was using everything. I'm like, I'm you know me.
Why
I got
was she
hate for.
using it though?
No, she's just that's just it's really in her vernacular to use it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
She was
just
she was just we weren't talking about any LGBT. She just was saying it. She said, "Well, you're a cisgender man," and I was like, "Oh, we really
okay?
How old are you?"
I guess I'm is.
Yeah, like
that was my next question.
But no, but she was around my age, but I was just taken aback. Not the fact I wasn't offended or anything, but I was just like, oh, okay, like that's just social media speak to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what it means and what cisgender is, and I'm not stepping on anything, but I'm just saying, like, you're actually using it in a conversation. It's just, we just me and you here, right? It's like, and I'm also kind of like, we're not, but it's like in her vernacular. So,
It's funny. Some old white dude would say you could be on a lunch date or whatever.
I just
with
say
the
straight.
Dude, and
you
would know. You would bring up something like white supremacy, and they look at you and be
or
like,
heterosexual.
Is this CNN? Am I on CNN right now, Joe? What is white supremacy? And he looking at you like, yo, it's just me and you here, son. Like, you could drop the social media talking points, but that's
no, the white people always want you to do that shit though. I work with white people and they like, I gotta, it's like, but nah, that's it. But it's like, but no, but like I said, I think that is important to understand that there will always be a disconnect there. And I will never step on the toes. I will never say that J. Cole isn't what you say he is, Queen. I'm not saying that. But
I see, look at you.
look, this is my point though. Because the same girl I'm talking about, she was the one who also didn't like J. Cole. But told me, did you hear it? But asked me, did I hear the new feature? I was confused. But anyway, but to your point, well, that's why you can't be but so aggressive towards people who don't fully understand your perspective, because they'll always have a place where they go where they are understood. Like, you may not agree wholly with the woman who says Chris Brown can do anything to her. You may be like, hold on, slow your roll, Queen. But you would rather chill with her, but you would rather be in a room with her while you listen to Chris Brown. I'm just saying, like, I'm like, because I realized that I was like,
songs that I do like,
because I realized that with the girl, I was like, so if I go out with you, I can't listen to Cole.
Yeah,
and I was just like, okay, that ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's Drake. No, not at all. And that's why women was so fucked up with he did Snow in the Bluff, if you remember. But also bring it back full circle to Derrick Jaxn. That's why I don't fuck with Derrick Jaxn. It's like, bro, you lived on this one note, right? This one singular note. And you had people feeding into that one note, going out there being your gospel. And let's look at it, for instance, this chick right here, this girl who says, oh, you listen to abusers, right? Wait until your favorite artist turns into one, because they're human and made a mistake or did something.
Old tweets come up.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, okay, you may throw away your public support of that artist. Like, it's like you may throw away your public support of a Justin Bieber or some shit drop. But let's look, for instance, Justin was accused of sexual assault.
Bro, I still play Tory Lanez. I'm gonna just get straight to it, bro.
Look, but on
the low now.
I understand that, like,
only in the headphones.
But I understand that. But I also understand that we're just gonna be a part of the problem to some people, and that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it, because I don't understand, because you still have not. Like, I remember Mustafa told me that what's his name? YG released a song about breaking and entering, and on how to do it. And he was like, yo, this could make niggas go breaking and entering. I'm like, is that gonna make them do it, the song or the poverty? You know what I'm saying? So to my point is this: is Chris Brown gonna make you beat a woman, or is you seeing your father do it your whole life and you know what I mean? Like, can we talk about the real things that make people the real real things? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like
Yeah, no, I get
who,
you.
you know what I'm saying? Who could influence somebody to be this type of person besides their upbringing, their environment, their social economic standing, every single thing you want to look at.
Right.
And until we are a society that addresses all those factors, that addresses why there's people who make a living off of people being poor, until we're going to ask those questions, then at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, Chris Brown slapped, son. And it's like, Chris Brown slapped. I thought about this earlier,
but
I might have to show my kids the Cosby Show.
Yeah,
I'm definitely show my kids the Cosby Show.
Yeah,
I'll wait. I'll let them do their Googles on that nigga when they turn 18. But I realized how much seeing that show when I was growing up was impactful on me being able to believe Obama was real. If that makes sense to you.
No, I get that.
Like, you saw this higher educated family, and then it's like you saw this higher educated brother.
Well, you know what? I'll give you this. We have, because we always want better versions of the tainted past we have, and with that, Blackish would be the replacement. It's a higher education family. That's like the dad is like an EVP at some marketing firm. Mom's
You're
a
right.
doctor. You know, like, so like
You're
the
right.
grandparents they might be a little wild, but they're not too wild. You know, they live in an affluent community, and on top of that, they live in a predominantly white affluent community.
Okay,
So
I agree with you, Walt. So that's the new,
right.
that's the thing.
Okay.
So that may be the one my kid naturally gravitates to, but I may want my kid to know what burning CDs are.
Facts. Hey, yeah, it's like, because just like we had the Cosby
saying.
Show or our Family Matters, there was Good Times, there was the Jeffersons.
Saw
So
those
it's like,
shows though.
yeah,
The thing is,
absolutely.
I can say that I'm well rounded because I actually have a bunch of 80s, 90s, and 70s black TV in my system. Like, I saw the George Jeffersons, I saw the Good Times, I saw Nick at Night. Cosby Show was, people forget, Cosby Show was before us. That was Nick at Night for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so
Right.
I was watching retro. So at the time we had my wife and kids, but I still understand like Cosby Show just hit different. And it was like, and I understood because he actually had a social scientist go through and make sure there's no negative imagery. Like, he actually worked with actual psychologists to craft that show. So I understand now why it was probably different, because he actively put that show together to work against something. Whereas I think all the shows that we grew up, my wife and kids, were following its mold, so his show broke the mold and theirs followed it. Like right now, if you show me a show about a quirky black girl trying to make it, I'm Issa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
and to touch on Issa
shout
too.
Shout out to Issa Bay.
Congratulations.
Right. Look,
to the deal.
over here signing $40 million. That's what it's estimated as at Warner Media.
Yeesh.
Right.
Yeah,
Look, the queen
respect.
She gonna get more bags.
Hopefully she put a lot of black women
on.
on. Hopefully she put a lot of black women on.
Oh no, she's definitely gonna do that.
Oh, you already see. She ain't got no choice.
Yeah. But
man, look, yes.
Nah, man, that's what I want to do. I want to get a Netflix series off the ground, yo.
What do you mail?
Yeah, man. I'm looking for some writing competitions. Yeah, yo.
Word. Hey, you ever put your shit on Blacklist?
They out there, bro.
On what?
On Blacklist, it's a website for writers to submit screenplays to industry professionals, and
I've seen so many people get their shit stole doing that.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
No, so at the end of the year, they have a compilation of the, what was it? I think it's like 10, 15 best scripts. And prominent writers have been on this before, like the Sam Esmail, the guy who made Mr. Robot with Rami Malek and whatnot. He put a couple of his scripts on that website. There's some documentaries I saw nominated for Oscars that were on there. Like, it's a legit website. But but yeah, like it might be a nice simple way for at least somebody, you know, to reach out and be like, hey, I like this or I don't like this or whatever like that. Another avenue.
Yeah, man. Nah, did you guys see that RDC World sketch?
Nah, which one?
Where it was like, actually I want to show it to you. I want to see if this shit works. We watch this sketch real quick, then call it a night. I want to try to share it out with the share screen, see if it works.
Was the cicadas outside?
Them ain't supposed to come till like summer.
Right.
Dang, it's really been what 17 years, right? Since the last cicadas pulled up.
That's what they
That's
say.
what it is, right? It's like 17 years or something.
They say 17 years, but I don't think it's been 17 years.
Y'all seeing this?
I can't see Walt.
Yeah.
I see it, but I don't know where Walt went.
Oh, Walt's gone?
I'm here somewhere in the blackness.
Mark Phillips, man.
It's on my
How
screen.
you doing, man?
I wouldn't say legend, but I'm good.
Okay, what you got for me?
Oh,
Just a pitch, something I'm real passionate about. I've been writing it for a while.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, well, the show is called Black Time.
Black Time. Okay, love it.
Yeah, it's about a group of friends, black of course, traveling through time. They find a time machine and go on all sorts of adventures, including robots, dinosaurs, aliens,
Slaves, right?
Did I say slaves?
Oh, no, you didn't, but you said you were going through time.
yeah, this way Mark face be so funny.
You know, us and slaves go hand in hand. I don't think black people.
Well, you look like you play the mean Django, by the way.
That was
Jamie
rude.
Foxx, he played a mean.
You're right. So,
He did his part.
Jamie Foxx did that.
Nah, bro, no slaves, no Django.
My apologies then. Continue.
Nah, it's all good. We're going through time with, like I said, dinosaurs, aliens, robots. Things.
As a rap group.
Nah, none of us is rapping. We're not rapping.
So you guys are going through different times for different people.
No, we're not doing that. No,
like
we're not
Strata
rapping.
Compton.
Nobody said about no rapping. We're not rapping,
So
no slaves, no rapping.
Okay, this is new to me.
We not rapping.
You want to write this? You trying to write this?
No, of course not. This is your pitch.
Because it seems like you got a group of white writers ready to write this somewhere. Like, what's going on?
This is all you. You're the man. I just want to hear.
Okay, I thought I was. Let me pitch my show then.
Okay.
Black Time.
I'm gonna come out that.
Going through time, just regular group of people, adventurous. So we go through time and we gotta fight bosses and whatnot. And,
like childhood trauma, growing up with broken households, no.
Bro, come on, son.
You know, white people terrorizing black people.
Bro,
like, get
what
out.
the fuck does bosses got to do with childhood
Like, get
trauma,
out,
bro?
right? Get out. Great.
No, get out, man. Somebody already. Hey, look, I'm finna get out. Stop talking shit. No, get out. None of that shit.
Did I say something offensive?
Yeah, you said something offensive. You talking about I look like Django? I'll play good Django, and then you talking about some get out, bro. I'm not right now.
I'm really sorry.
This is Black Time. This is a good adventure.
Continue.
This
Please.
is no group of black friends. Good people.
Great people. Okay.
Just going through time. And then we might get split up in different time periods, and we gotta fight together as groups.
But if you get split up, how are you guys gonna remain a sports team?
Man, who the fuck said something?
This sounds just like the Titans.
How the fuck this shit sound like Remember the Titans?
Are you serious?
How does it sound like Remember the Titans? Tell me which part sounds like Remember the Titans.
Isn't it obvious? A black group of athletes facing adversity in a different time period, correct? But what did I do wrong? I just called it how I said. What's doing business with you?
Yo, that's bad, boy.
You're a black group of athletes.
Rapping, going through time. Absolutely.
He's like, it takes place in the period. They athletes is like, what did happen? He's like,
What do you mean this is Remember the Titans?
No,
oh,
bro.
man.
The funny thing about Mark is them angry notes he be hitting in all his sketches, bro. Like, this shit always gets me, dog.
Yeah, man, that shit was hilarious. I saw that earlier. I just thought about it. I was like, yo, so this shit real as fuck out here. I was like, oh, man, son. They turned that shit into a trope. So they rappers, right? It's a rap group.
When did I mention that they rap?
Remember the Titans, right?
Oh, man, son.
Remember the Titans.
But nah, bro, that's what we do. So I say I'm taking a vacation mid-April. We're gonna shoot some shit. So I ain't gotta worry about no Zoom meetings or nothing. So we're gonna shoot some shit. We're gonna take our precautions, be masked up where we got to, but we're gonna shoot some shit for real. Cause yeah, man, it's like weather's breaking, it's getting nice outside.
Yep.
Yeah, man, let's get it in. Let's get it in for real. So absolutely. I said let's start submitting some ideas to each other. I had a sketch earlier. We need to get I thought it'd be funny, it'd be interesting to do a sketch series on how certain sexual positions originated.
Wait, well, ain't you still in DC, bro?
Like, who was the first nigga that offered a 69 up?
Hey, yo, like, how does that even go down? Like, hey, yo, lay on me, but the other way.
So I thought about what we could do is we could just do this sketch where this dude's just like lost in thought all day. And he's like pouring water, the cup spills over, and people are like, and you just think he's worried about something important. And then he sits there and he's like, I got it, 69. Because we had our head. He was just trying to think of the name for the joint he did with his girl last night. I think that'd be a cool little 1 minute joint. Yeah,
that would be funny.
We're gonna work. You actually, if we're gonna do that, if we're gonna get together and make some shit, gotta be the clout room. You know, I talked about this before.
I told you the clout section. Walt is not clearly hip to it. But where's all that stuff we wrote on it, Lou? Do we still have that shit? We was working on it for a while.
I think we just talked about it and like passed ideas. Well, I didn't write shit.
We had some
I had like a beat.
It was on Messenger, on Facebook. Damn, we were bouncing back titles, audio recordings. We were doing sound clips. We was working on it for a little bit. Well, pretty much, I think we explained it to you, Walt, where it's like Derrick Jaxn will be on there. That's the episode for sure.
Yeah, I already know.
Oh, bro,
somebody gotta go get a muscle.
That's it. We're doing Derrick Jaxn as the first episode of the clout section.
It's only right at this point in time.
Yo, bro, hold on. I got serious light bulb shit going down. Oh shit! Then Gorilla Glue Lady's next.
Oh Lord.
There's a lot of material to work off of, bro.
Bro, but it's actually happening now. Like what we talked about with the show is actually happening now.
It been happening. Now we just gotta shoot this shit. If we're gonna do Derrick Jaxn, bro, we gotta go. I might as well start looking for a muscle suit. Like that shit the baby had and Suge.
Yeah.
Because it's only right.
Who could we get to play his wife?
Any old chick. Nah, come on, son.
Just throw a wig on.
We can find it.
Throw a wig and a bonnet.
But no, this is like, bro, this is perfect because we even have a because I wanted to do each clout section episode has to have a message to it. And I think Derrick Jaxn talking in third person about Derrick Jaxn is a perfect example of what we talked about with the clout section, where the clout section is essentially supposed to be like this hyperalized version of what we see on social media, Walt, kind of like Twilight Zone was, where Lou comes in, picture if you will, a young man. He gets a camera. He starts making videos, speaking to relationships and giving advice. But little do we know that he's not taking his own advice in the clout section.
Hey, yo,
and
we gotta call him Jackson's son, or no, we call him Jaxn Derrick, and the way he spells son is with the U because we always rising. There it is.
He's always rising.
He's always rising.
Like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. Now we talking.
But nah, I think that the clout section, I think that could be a dope first app. Because it's black and white too.
Black suit somewhere, bro.
Because I want to show like him talking his wife into doing the video.
Now we're talking.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like
toxic shit.
But like, so he's trying to talk his wife into doing the live, right? But in the background, you see like behind the scenes shit. He's like, "Hey, yo, baby, come on, just come do this shit." But it's like we're showing it, and he doesn't know the camera's rolling. Like it always is. He's like,
but no, it's like the Twilight Zone.
Bonnet.
It's like
exactly.
The thing is, every episode will have to have a person filming themselves because it's all predicated on people who like go viral or things that go viral. Like for instance, I'm not talking about the lady before she put the Gorilla Glue in her hair. I'm talking about before she made the video telling us about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's this.
Like she was just doing her hair, and they're like, "Let me just."
Yeah. But I forgot we had Lou. We had wrote up a whole intro, bro. We had the whole because we rewrote Rod Sterling's intro for Twilight Zone and just plugged in our modernized cues for the clout section.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go back at least 2 years.
Now I'm gonna revamp it. I'm gonna revamp it because we getting on that. That's what we doing. Because if anything's necessary right now, we need that shit right now.
Word.
Everything we see going down.
They said Derrick Jaxn was March. Gorilla Glue Lady was February. I can't remember what was January.
Prince Harry and what's her name? That was also March. March been popping.
Facts.
So
man.
Look, we'll see what April holds for us. Hopefully,
I
nothing.
said we keep it like real RCDC world ish, where like like the cinematography and the special effects don't got to be OD. It's just like we keep it short and we keep it funny, and we stick to that Twilight Zone.
Yeah, we just have enough. That's why I'm doing black and white. Because all we do is have high key light and we're good. Shadows will work on themselves. Let me see. Because I told you I got the little what we got now. We already, I'm not gonna lie, we got this joint, so 4K mini DJI pocket room camera. So this joint shoot
money.
I've been doing sleeping videos with that joint, so that shit lit. Bro, I just saw it. You
found the messages already?
Yeah. So basically thought about it. Clout section might be it.
Clout section.
It's yeah, here goes we was sharing the Twilight Zone intros. Yeah, we was doing it. See? We were sharing the Twilight Zone intros.
How far back is that? What year is it?
That shit is 2018.
Damn.
Hey, no time like today.
Oh, there it is. And this is what I wrote. There is a fifth aspect beyond that which is known to users. It's an aspect as vast as the internet and as timeless as data. It is the middle ground between likes and retweets, between following and trolling. It lies between the pits of a man's ego and the summit of his conscience. This is the dimension of fabrication. It is an area which we call the clout section.
Yeah, that still kind of works. We're gonna tweak it a little bit, but it's still.
No, that what you mean? That shit was fire, nigga.
It's on dope, actually.
This is the dimension. This is dimension of fabrication. It is an area that we call the clout section. Of course, you gotta put your deep ass voice to it, Lou. But and then we have hold on, you did audio, Lou.
Yeah, bro. I told you I found like a hip hop, like Twilight Zone type beat. I mean,
and this shit won't open. It won't open.
I definitely don't have that.
Yeah, them joints probably tapped out, but now we got it right here. I'm just glad we stopped messaging each other on Facebook because otherwise this shit would have been a scroll like a motherfucker. I found it pretty quick, but nah. So we already had it. I'm just glad we got the intro still. So because I literally rewrote that from Rod Sterling's. I just plugged in the modern terms for everything. But
I bet.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. So we're gonna film that. Word. Honestly, we should probably get on that a little sooner than mid-April.
Right.
This weekend finna be popping. As far as weather.
I mean, if y'all free this weekend, what y'all doing?
During the day, I'm free, but I got work.
Well, what about the 3rd?
Let me see what
April 3rd through the 4th. April 3rd and the 4th.
Is that a weekend? What day of the week is it?
That's Saturday.
That's
next Saturday, not this Saturday. Next Saturday.
So
3rd and 4th.
We could even again. Let me check the weather. We could
so
even.
Walt,
like
you playing Derrick Jaxn?
Intro.
Yeah.
Find your muscle.
Walt, you're probably gonna be the main character for all.
Rover, I would love to play Derrick Jaxn.
Nah, we gotta make Lou.
Lou, you're Rod Sterling though.
I feel like I gotta do like a Come Into America type joint where like because I really feel like I would kill this.
It's just us making them, so we're all going to be in them, but on some level. But we also need.
Right. Hey, we should rotate the host.
Nah,
it's like
I think I'm
Nah, it's
cool.
gotta be
I'm
me.
cool with
Alright.
Walt starring in each one, and Lou being a side character, me being a side character when necessary, and Lou having the role in it. So
Like interjections.
yeah. So you know me, I'm be directing these episodes, so shooting it too. So I'll be shooting, directing.
The
Yeah.
3rd and 4th, I work 4 to 10 both days.
I gotta
4
go
to
get my
10.
black suit together, man.
We might have
Black
to.
I
back
mean,
We
in.
might have to
like,
pop
if
up in
we
the morning and do it.
right.
So that Friday, the 2nd, I'm gonna be at a wedding most likely, but that's Saturday and Sunday. I mean, shit.
Well, y'all want to rock Saturday, April 3rd. Y'all want to meet up at 11 a.m. or noon?
Yeah, I say 10.
Let's do noon.
Who got a
Nah, I got
contact with
something
a
to do
shorty?
at 10. I could probably handle that.
And it's real easy to.
Depends on where we shoot.
We could film at my spot. We could film at my crib.
Word.
Yeah, y'all got a nice couch, nice
We could film
living
at
room
my
set
crib.
up.
Shit, it might be better for me to go for a weekday, honestly. I think that's better because my mom's usually down with my sister in Richmond, which is just she still hasn't been vaccinated or anything, so I feel safer about having people over. Let me see. Tim good, he been vaccinated, but
Finding a shorty won't be hard. I mean, you can even get my sister to play it just because.
Yeah,
she's really into the film shit.
Oh, your sister be perfect. Let me see. 26, 27, 28. She was interested in doing this stuff. She talked to me about it.
Yeah, she always trying to tag along and do some projects.
Like, shoot, we need her. Shoot. Yeah, man. Shoot, if you want to participate in this level of this insanity we about to take place in April.
Facts.
I'm gonna write some shit. Just for this particular episode, just to think of like the most like fuckboyish shit.
So write some shit, Walt. Listen to the Twilight Zone song. Try to get us something similar. Get in Fruity Loops, nigga. I know you love to do it anyway. So cook us up a couple pieces for the songs. And
yo, I told you I had a beat, bro. I had like
I know.
Oh, word.
There was one. There's a hip hop beat that is made of the Twilight Zone song.
Yeah,
I remember you actually wrote a rap song over that joint before.
I think I just found it. Oh, is this it? Well, I'm gonna put it in the group chat.
All right, bet.
Yeah. But now, like, so this is perfect, bro. This shit is writing itself in my head already. You got about 3 minutes long.
3 minute long video.
3 minutes. I want all of them to be 3 minutes long.
So if we put it on IG, that's gonna break down into about 6 video clips.
No. I will put them on. I will put them on IGTV. Or Reels.
And that works.
Yeah.
And that works perfectly for do Reels be that long?
Reels can be
we'll figure this out.
Hour and a half. Like, Reels can be long as fuck.
They're really much.
And it'll work perfectly for YouTube.
Yeah. And then it's perfect. It's perfect, man. Because I just think he's a perfect episode to start with too. Because that nigga clearly showed us what the clout can do to you.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You know him, Tori.
Damn, we got a Tori. Dang.
Yeah. Nasty nigga.
Yeah. But
there's a lot to work with, man.
We got it, man. We got it. All right, we good now. I'm feeling the juice. I'm feeling the spark. That's what's up, man. So we're good to go. Yep. April 3rd.
Word.
We're doing it in April 3rd.
I'm serious about looking for that muscle suit, bro. If we're gonna do this, somebody gotta find like a bootleg muscle suit.
Oh yeah, dang, Walt, you do need a muscle suit on, nigga. Walt do need a muscle suit.
Just gotta be a tight one. That's all. We can find a muscle suit, but that's not a problem.
Okay. Even if we could just put
I'm seeing
you can always get whatchamacallit. You know those little airbags they put in packages?
Yeah.
Put a sweater on, slide some of those up.
Biceps.
True.
Yeah. You know?
You can finesse it.
Yeah, just that nigga just Too swole to move on the couch.
Hello, it's me. All right, Jaxn gang.
It wasn't me. What's the name you came up for him again? It's like Jackson's
Jaxn
Derrick.
But now I want to steal shots from the memes though. Like, you know, the one that had Ralph, where it's like Jaxn, his wife looking out the window, seeing him make another video. Like I want to shoot that as he goes out there to make a video about his video. Like,
yeah,
like is that nigga outside? What's he doing?
You know what I'm saying? Like, so after we shoot the parody video of him and his wife, I want to shoot Walt listening to that video in the car. like I'm trying to tell you, I kind of want to bring the craziness what we just saw to real life a little bit, but just have the jokes hit. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we don't got to put all the production value in it, but but we are going to nail everything else correctly though. Right. You know, like where Lou walks in and he does the intro, welcome to the clout section. We're going to spin out. We're going to do all that shit. I'm just going to spin it and it's going to show right up to him and his wife on that couch. But now I think, that's what it is. We're going to have Lou.
Are you ready?
We're going to have Lou walk in as they're in the background like they do on Twilight Zone. He gonna walk in in the clout section. Then we just gonna push right past Lou and start that scene with you and Claire, Walt. So make sure Claire's down, Lou.
I think she in the next room. I'm gonna go ask her in a second.
Yeah. All right, that's what's up. So all right, we can wrap this up. Then.
All right. Look at this nigga excited.
This has been the TWEOM podcast. I've been your host, Joel Morris.
It's your boy Louis XB.
And it's your other host, Walt Red.
Peace.
Deuces, y'all.
Thank you for watching.
Production time.